you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Previous hailstorms have caused hidden damage to countless Baton Rouge homes. Ryson Roofing spots the damage, makes the claim, and replaces your roof. You pay only your insurance deductible. Never anything more. Call Ryson Roofing today and schedule your free inspection. 330-3513.
RysonRoofing.com.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Wednesday, June 19th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect rainy skies with a high of 91. In hour one of today's show, we'll talk the latest with the LSU baseball transfer portal, and we'll discuss some LSU football as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome in to another day of OTB. Already June 19th? Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Crazy. Rolling right along here. Summer rolling right along. 2024 rolling right along. About halfway through this thing. Going to be a good show for you today. A lot of college football talk. I'm just going to be honest, okay? Your boy's having a bit of senioritis. Me and the wifey getting out of town, no kids. And I just want to do my bread and butter, which is talking about the sport that we all love so much. It's going to be coming up here not very long. What are we, probably like sub 80 days now at this point, somewhere around there. I think the vehicle for talking college football this hour is going to be something that's near and dear to your heart, Jake, I believe. How do you feel about returning production?
I actually love it. It is one of, if not my favorite, analytic.
Yes. So we will dive in because I think as long as we frame it correctly, there are a lot of very interesting takes and insights to be had. When you look at who has the most returning production in the entire country. We'll talk about where LSU falls on that list, where other SEC teams fall. The powers, etc., etc. Also, this hour. Also we have Matt Flynn coming in for an hour of flustering, 8 to 9. That is fun. That will always, that will be fun. And then our NFL story of the day and all that other good stuff in hour number 3. Let's see how Taylor can seek to depress us today. Maybe start, talking a little Willie Mays here. Rest in peace, all-time legend. And I got to be honest, for me personally, Willie Mays is one of those characters that you always hear about growing up. And, of course, you know about things like The Catch. But he's almost like exists in a similar spot to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to me, where he was so far before my time that you hear about him being, just great, right? But you don't necessarily I don't think I had a great I don't think I had a great concept of how great. Exactly, Jake. Like, talk about how Kareem was probably like the original Jordan and stuff like that, right? Well, Willie Mays, outside of Babe Ruth, probably the best baseball player of all time until maybe you get into a couple later guys that could seek to challenge him for the throne. So it's been, obviously, rest in peace to him and thoughts and prayers with his family and his loved ones. But it's actually been really interesting outside looking in, reading articles by Kirkchin and Passon and all the other big time, baseball historians and writers and really grasping just how impactful and how otherworldly Willie Mays really was. So I don't know if y'all have done any of that, but again, just shout out to one of the best to ever do it. And just thinking about all those who are going to miss him. But a celebration of his life is well warranted and has been going on now for all day and will continue throughout the day as it should. What's going on, y'all? How are we feeling today?
I mean, you're right about Willie Mays, and he's on the screen here.
Yeah, he'll be on the screen all morning.
Yeah, and showing probably the catch that, not just our age, but I mean, a lot of ages, obviously, like you said, like it wasn't during our time, but we've all seen that play. Like we've all seen the catch and how big it was. We all know that he hit 660 home runs, had a ton of stolen bases.
I actually didn't know that. I didn't know that until I started reading about it. I did not realize that he had that much power in him at a time when offensive baseball was not the order of the day. Like, who knows how many home runs he would have hit nowadays.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, you're right, T. I mean, no matter where you put him, I mean, he's a top 5 baseball player of all time on everyone's list. Again, just had staying power for someone who's 39 years old. What are you, 35?
36? Am I 36? I think I'm 36.
36 years old.
No,
you're 35.
I'm 35.
Yeah, because your Jesus year wasn't that long ago.
That's right.
Like, you're 35 years old, but, like, we still know who Willie Mays is. Like, we have still seen the catch. We know he played for the Giants. Like, all those things. So like, when you have that kind of staying power, you're one of the legends
Well,
of
it's
the game.
like, let's just think back to the College World Series a couple weeks ago. Remember that insane Clemson-Florida game where it looks like Florida's got the walk-off hit and the dude over the shoulder running backwards and leaping and catching it? What was the immediate thought that came in everybody's head? That's the Willie Mays catch. Which is wild to think about. Imagine making a play so impressive and so singular that every other play that is ever made in that vein again immediately calls your name to the forefront of everybody's minds. That's really incredible stuff. Now, maybe the difference is Mays' catch. I mean, that was a big spot for Clemson. Make no mistake, but Mays' catch coming in Game 1 of the World Series as well, and hearing the crowd pop and the call. We should actually play that at some point during the show today because it's a really fantastic call.
It's why Lou Brown told Willie Mays Hayes, you may run like Mays, but you hit like, because he could do both.
He could do it. Yeah, he could do it all. And they talk about all the stolen bases he has, and again, getting some perspective from baseball historians. It's at a time where you didn't steal to advance the runner. You only stole if you were trying to win the game. You weren't just stealing to steal early on in the first or the second just to manufacture runs. And so, again, who knows what kind of numbers he could have put up in a more modern system. Just a guy who was truly ahead of his time and stood above his peers. And so, again, rest in peace to Willie Mays. Alondra Taylor, how are we feeling this morning?
Feel good. I'm on episode 5 of House of Dragons now.
Okay.
So I'm halfway through, and
what do you think
I'll be
so
caught
far?
up. I like it.
Yeah. Pretty damn good.
I'm into it. Yes.
Would you agree with the sentiment that it is kind of recalling some of the feelings that you had about Game of Thrones when it was at its best?
Yeah, I would say that it is. I'm very
that's how
into
I feel
it.
about it.
I'm locked in.
Well, at least you're going to have that enjoyable thing where you got all this to still grind through. You got 5 more hours to enjoy at your leisure, and then you're going to be waiting.
I know.
I guess 6 more hours with the first episode, but then you'll be waiting along with the rest of us for every Sunday, which is good, guys. Episodic releases are better than chunk binge releases. I've come all the way around to that. I'm a firm believer in that. Taylor, how you doing today? You got your Pelicans hat on.
Yeah, so woke up this morning, I was like, I ain't feeling great. I know T-Bob loves my hair. I was like, I got to let my guy down this morning, though.
That looks good. Look, if you're going to rock the birds, that's always going to, that'll always play well with me.
You'll love this. I put the Cowboys hat on, and I was like, nah, I'm not feeling it today. So I switched to the Pelicans.
Dang,
Hell yeah.
so you
Proud
don't
of you.
feel well and you're about to go on vacation?
Yeah.
That sucks.
It would happen.
Have you tried eating any sloppy joes? Maybe
no, but
3
you know
or
what?
4?
That might help. I know you were feeling great.
Yeah.
And it
after.
ground you.
Don't worry. It's June 19th. On probably July 7th, he'll be
Yeah,
going on another
that's fair.
3-day vacation.
Hell yeah,
So
me
even
too,
if he's
Taylor.
sick on this
Me
one,
too, Taylor.
he'll
Keep
be
doing
okay.
it. Keep doing
I
it.
have missed 3 days since January. so-
Whatever.
It's not about missing work. I'm just saying you like a vacation. So even if it's a Friday after work until Monday when work starts, you like a vacation.
That's
so
a heavy play. If you don't have any big ones planned, spreading them out throughout the summer, taking a bunch of Fridays off is always, just give yourself a bunch of 3-day weekends. I agree. Look,
it's great.
We don't live to work.
But he's gonna have one coming up in 3 weeks.
We work to live, and that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna live, guys.
Live for Willie.
Yeah, exactly. Honor those who came before us. Speaking of LSU baseball news, so this is an interesting cat here. LSU lands Auburn outfielder Chris Stanfield. The reason why I say he's interesting is you look at the numbers, and it's nothing overwhelming, right? 276 batting average, 4 home runs, 25 RBIs this last season. Good fielding percentage. But it seems like the baseball hive mind thinks there's a bit more to chew on than the numbers would have you believe, as he's currently rated as a 3rd-round MLB pick. Mm-hmm. So this is a guy that appears to have a higher ceiling than what he's put out there thus far. And now, if he does not end up going to the majors, which, again, 3rd round, I could see a lot of incentive for him to maybe come here to Baton Rouge. This is a really good pickup for Jay Johnson and company. But it does beg the question, this outfield's getting a little crowded now. Right? I mean, you got Jake Brown, you got Josh Pearson, you got Aston Larson, or Josh Pearson, should I say probably? Is that inaccurate? Maybe? Which one do you think?
I put a question mark next to it because we're not.
Yeah. You still got Aston Larson. Remember, you're bringing in now Stanfield, you're bringing in Curiel, who we talked about yesterday, which that's kind of interesting to think about if you're Stanfield, right? Because you're making this move to try to improve your draft stock, to try to take advantage of the development and the plans of Coach Jay Johnson, maybe to try to win a championship, going to LSU from Auburn, as well as that Auburn program appears to be pretty down in the dumps right now. But there's no guarantee of playing time. Like if you are going to make this move, this is one where you are betting on yourself. If you're Stanfield, you're going to go out there and you're going to take one of those jobs. So I'll be interested to watch his kind of a story arc play out over the next few months and fall ball and in the spring.
It does feel a little bit like, and I'm not saying they're the same player, but like when Braswell committed from South Carolina last year, the stats weren't great.
Yeah, true.
You know, the stats weren't eye-popping by any means, but Jay Johnson's like, no, this guy's got something. Knew the guy from recruiting, watched his tape, played against him, all that kind of stuff. And so you looked at the stats and you're like, I mean, shortstop, this guy's coming in. Like, I don't really know he's going to be the everyday guy, and he certainly was, and he was one of the LSU players that thrived this year. And so it does feel a little bit like that situation. Maybe the stats just haven't caught up with how good of a player he is.
And finally here, before we get into our college football talk, congratulations to Catholic High, baseball national champions.
Yes,
simply incredible, dude, to think about a Baton Rouge team being national champions, according to Max Preps.
Yeah, that is awesome. I was very fortunate when I was in high school.
I was just going to ask you, were you a part of the Evangel Natty teams?
We won a national championship in 1999.
Is it Brock Berlin?
Brock Berlin.
I'll never forget it, dude.
Was quarterback. Yeah,
Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yeah, national player. Yeah. And we beat West Monroe in the Superdome. Oh, sorry, Blackwell. We kind of always beat West Monroe. And
was Whitworth on that team?
Yeah, Whitworth would have been. He'd have been a junior, I believe, on that team.
Damn.
That is incredible. Congratulations to Catholic High. Calvary Baptist softball finished number 2 in the country.
Oh, no way.
In USA Today. I saw that last night as well. So baseball, softball, Louisiana continuing to do big things.
Do you remember? Wait, so how would you remember what it felt like to take home like the football national title? I guess it's a bit odd because it's not like you're like playing a game. You're waiting for the rankings to come out and it gets announced, but do you remember what it felt like for everyone?
Yes, because we were 1, and De La Salle, California at that time was number 2.
Of course.
And we were trying, like after the season, we'd won the state championship game, and like the celebration in New Orleans right across the street from the Dome, I remember our head coach saying, hey, he was on the microphone, like, talking to the crowd. He's like, we have reached out to De La Salle. De La Salle's reached out to us. We're trying to find a way to play.
Oh, no way.
Swear to God, T. They were like, we are trying to find a way to play.
Oh, that would have been epic.
We're trying to figure out a location, logistics, if we can get it all done. Like, think about that. Like, your season's done. You got Brock Berlin, who had signed with Florida, #1 player in the country, and you're trying to get, like, this, game together after the fact. And they tried. I mean, both coaches, they tried, but obviously we didn't play them until my senior year.
De La Salle probably won, 142 games in a row at that point?
They had something insane. We played them my senior year, and Like, I mean this with, like, the most respect possible. They beat us, I think, 21-10. Damn. They didn't have, like, superstars. That wasn't why they were good.
Yeah, aren't they? Don't they got a bit of, like...
John Curtis.
I was about to say, they have a bit of where they, like, train these guys up in the system from, like, junior high on.
They ran, like, the VRT, and it was, like, the offensive linemen were down, set.
No way. Like, getting down and then, like, set, like, hand goes to the ground.
Firing off the ball.
Oh, my God. Old school.
Yes.
Old school high school football just perfected. Speaking of John Curtis, that's who Catholic overcame 5-0 in the state title game. 38-2 overall record, 20 dubs in a row, 8 players set to play D1 baseball. I apologize for not remembering the LSU commits off the top of my head. 12 seniors on
Schmidt's
that team.
Definitely one of them.
Huge congrats to the senior class, man. That is something you can take with you forever. And a massive congrats to Brad Bass and the entire organization, Catholic High National Baseball Champions. All right, when we get back here on Off the Bench, let's go ahead and look into, so back in February, Bill Connolly released returning production numbers for every FBS team going into next season. And I'll lay out the parameters of how to think about these numbers. And when you do, we can start to draw some pretty interesting conclusions. Where does LSU rank? Figure out next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Community Steel Company. CommunitySteelCo.com. Already open up and running over there in Gonzales, Louisiana. If you need purlin, tubing, steel buildings, sheet metal, roof metal, trim, any accessories, it's all manufactured right there at Community Steel. They buy from the wholesaler. They make the product themselves. They sell it to you with their live and local sales team. And because there's no middlemen jacking up the price, you get a better price than what these national guys offer. You get better customer service than what these national guys offer. And again, you can actually form relationships with them. So if it's a business, like, they understand how to serve your needs better, or if it's just personal. The bottom line, you need steel, you want Community Steel Company.
Go to the website, communitysteelco.com, and like T said, they've already been in the building. They are ready to go in Gonzales, Louisiana. So go see them today. But if you can, if you're in a different area but you need their help, 225-647-2020, communitysteelco.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $20,000 off the powerful Ram truck.
So join me for a Wednesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. It's a What If Wednesday, and we'll get you caught up on all the action from the College World Series. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Let's check in with them upstairs. What's caught your attention so far, Les?
Yeah, LSU's Jared Jones has really stood out from the exit velocity side of things. He's a guy that coming into this stood out from the exit velocity side as well. He had some of the highest max exit velocity and 90th percentile exit velocity numbers in D1, pretty much entirety of D1, and he showed that here in terms of the balls that he put up. We're looking at
so if you're watching at youtube.com/1045 ESPN or on WBTR Channel 19, shout out.
In the D1 season
you can
against
see
that pitch.
Jared Jones, Bear Jones, here at the MLB Draft Combine, and it looks like he's just launching it, just absolutely smashing here. I don't know exactly. I wish I could. I don't feel like I have a very educated opinion on
as
women.
much bat speed and raw power
I guess
as anybody in college baseball, including the Charlie Condons, the Jack Haglians, the guys who are going to the very top of the draft.
After the season,
the two questions with Jared are, one,
like
will he
all
make
these
enough
other
consistent
major high
contact
school
as he
recruits
moves
that
up
are
the
in the
ladder
signing
and
class
faces
and
better
some other
pitching?
LSU
So
players
that's
like Griffin
a
Herring.
concern. It's
We'll
very
see
much
how this
power per
combine
hit.
goes
And the other
if they,
concern is,
help
where do you
themselves
play
or
him?
not.
He's going to work out a catcher here. Didn't really catch a whole lot at LSU. I don't know how viable that really is at the pro level. He's probably first base, DH. He does have a big-time arm. It's a well-above-average arm. But you can't argue with the power. The power is going to have to carry him. And as we saw today, and as we saw 2 years in San Diego, it could carry him. It's pretty impressive power.
113.1 was Barry Jones, and then Chase Harlan was 109. So he had the lead by like almost 4 miles per hour, and everybody else had like 108, 107, 106, like underneath him. So
I'm gonna miss that thickness if he's gone, but he was so good this year. Best of luck to him as you seek to potentially replace him. Again, hold on. I think somehow the audio was playing for the stream online, but not over the radio, because I did not hear it.
I didn't either.
But Chad is saying that they were hearing it. So I apologize if that got a little hectic.
Either.
Yeah, I apologize if that got a little
I
hectic.
muted it halfway through, but I guess I turned it back on.
Okay, let's talk college football. But first, I want to tell you about Rejuve-Me Medical. Restore me, refuel me, Rejuve-Me. You want to fight the effects of untreated aging. Well, Rejuve-Me has locations in Baton Rouge, Metairie, Slidell, now Monroe as well. And look, the bottom line is I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, male or female, you have something that you could feel better about, right? Whether you're having like facial aging, maybe you're just mentally not as sharp as you once felt, lack of energy rolling into or out of bed. There's avenues to fix these, okay? But first, we got to do that free consult. You go in, you get a free consultation, you get your labs drawn, and you see exactly where your body's strong and where it's deficient. And based off of that information, they customize a plan for you. So seize the day. Carpe diem. Okay? It's time to seize the day and become your best self with Rejuve Medical. Restore me, refuel me, Rejuve-Me. Look at that. Scott Dice. The sloppy joes were incredible. My son and I ate 2.5 pounds of meat before my wife even got home. Hell yeah. That's what we're looking for, bruh. All right, let's get into returning production. So, I think one of the important things to focus on here, returning production. Here's what Bill Connolly writes, okay? The gist of returning production, quote, high or low returning production percentages correlate well with improvement or regression. They might not guarantee a good or bad team, but they can still tell us a lot. So this is not to say just because you have a ton of returning production that you're going to be good.
You could have bad players coming back.
Yeah, it's not to say that if you're like have no return production that you're going to be bad. What it is to say is we can look at where you were last year, Jake, and then we can make some educated guesses about will you improve. So like, okay, right here off the jump, number 1 in the country, Virginia Tech. Number 2, or let's do this. Number 1, Virginia Tech. Number 5, Virginia. Virginia was a god-awful football team last year. They will be better. They will still likely be really bad.
Yes.
Virginia Tech, actually sneaky good last year. After a rough start, they finished 5-3 in the ACC. They had a really strong finish. I think 7-6 overall. That's a team you look at, you're like, okay, maybe Virginia Tech, top 25 maybe this year, maybe makes a little noise in the ACC. So I think the exercise becomes finding where those two factors cross over.
Yeah.
Who do we think was already pretty good last year, and then what does their production look like?
No, it's well said, T, because you can be a team like Virginia, and you're exactly right. Like, that was a bad football team, and maybe they're a little bit better with who they have coming back. Or maybe you were a team like Virginia Tech, who was pretty close to being damn good a year ago when you watch, how some of their games kind of played out. And you look in the top 5, and then you see like a team like Oklahoma State at number 4.
I know.
That might be the saltiest team I'll go all the way through the top 10 here coming back of returning production, because that was a team that played.
Nebraska's at 3, but we can have that debate. We can do that debate later on.
Look, I love it. I love your love for Nebraska.
Third most returning production in the country. Return all 10 starters on offense and add Dylan Raiola.
You like him better than Oklahoma State?
Seems pretty good to me.
So Oklahoma.
To be fair, Oklahoma State. This is the first time for all of our Utah and Kansas State and Kansas talk. It's like, well, of course, here we are forgetting about Gundy and Gordon again, and they're going to come in and they're going to be ready. They return. Oh wait, no, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no, I mean they return 79% of their offense, 74% of their defense. And you mentioned Gordon. Ollie Gordon's the best running back in the country.
Yeah.
Now, Bowman, their quarterback, he's a veteran guy. He can make some plays. He's got to cut down on the turnovers. Guy just turns it over way too much. But he is a good football player, and he's got another year of being a starter under his belt. Oklahoma State's got a really good team. Offensive line, they might have the second best offensive line in the country, only behind LSU. I mean, they have a veteran group. They have a group that's going to have a lot of Sunday players as well. So, like, when you're looking at a chart like this, like, no disrespect to Miami of Ohio, who comes in at number 9.
Yeah.
But Oklahoma State being at 4, that means something to your point, T, that you laid out.
It made me, for the first time, really be like, okay, I have to accept, I don't know why I wouldn't, given his history, but I have to accept that Oklahoma State is as much of a favorite in the Big 12 as any other team you're going to mention. They returned 10 starters on both offense and defense. How about Virginia Tech? Last, and then we'll move on to some SEC teams. But Virginia Tech returns all 11 starters on offense, 9 on defense, and their kicker and punter. Virginia Tech is straight up running it back with their entire squad. So then what else jumps off here? When's the first SEC team? Well, number 18 on this chart, Texas A&M.
Yep.
Texas A&M. Even after losing a guy like Evan Stewart, I don't like this, bro. You have a culture at A&M that I believe is changing for the better under Mike Elko and especially Tommy Moffitt. A little more grit, a little more blue-collar toughness. And now you have a team that is going to feel confident in the lumps that they took last year, right? And now they're all coming back. And that cohesion that can be, and you return your quarterback, maybe most importantly. Now he has to stay healthy and whatnot, but I'm starting to get a feeling that a lot of things are kind of starting to move in the correct direction for Texas A&M, and I don't love that. Notre Dame better be ready week 1, because A&M sees that as an opportunity to go ahead and announce themselves to the world this upcoming season.
You're right about that. And also, Riley Leonard better be ready, because who's the head coach at A&M?
Yeah,
Elko. Mike Elko. Who coached him at Duke? Mike Elko. Who knows him as well as anybody? Mike Elko. Who knows what gives him trouble being a defensive coordinator, seeing him in practice every day? Mike Elko. This is a situation where it doesn't help the player to know Mike Elko. It helps Mike Elko to know who Riley Leonard is.
Yeah,
and so that's going to be a tough matchup.
What a funny dynamic where the coach could just think about all the times that like Leonard secretly really pissed him off making some dumb decision and then be like, I'm just going to force him into all of those decision points and try to make him make those dumb decisions all over again.
Like when we played one Robert, he was so bad.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
That's what we're going to get to. Like we're going to get to that, right? We're going to disguise it. We're going to find ways to get to it, but we're getting to that because I know how much he struggles with that. So you're right about that, about being a game where we're not really talking about it. It's a little bit under the radar, but if A&M comes out and they beat Notre Dame, who has playoff aspirations, obviously, then now they're on the radar. And now it's just another SEC team to potentially make a 12-team playoff.
Yeah, and I want to be clear with A&M. I don't quite grant them the rank of playoff team yet, but they don't feel like the abject disaster that they have the last couple of years. Like maybe like 9-3 is what I feel like is kind of the ceiling there. But I guess a lot of that will come down week 1 against Notre Dame. Right after Texas A&M, they returned 72%. Right after Texas A&M is Texas, returning 70% of their production, 25th in the country. Defensively, losing a lot. I mean, I still got major questions about that secondary and how that D-line's going to shape up, but this is another team. Now, like, again, if we're looking at it from a progression and regression standpoint, Texas already really freaking good last year.
Yeah.
Returned Quinn Ewers, who admittedly, like, we could talk about Quinn when we talk Heisman candidates later. I'm a bit lower on Quinn than others in that we're kind of crowning him when maybe he hasn't done it as much on the field as some of the other guys that I think should be up there for your Heisman candidacy. But still, this is another piece of evidence that points towards Texas having arrived and really maybe being second behind Georgia in the conference.
Yeah, and so going back to A&M because they play Texas on Saturday, November the 30th. That's going to be the game that they get back, and we know LSU's going to Oklahoma, no longer going to be Texas A&M. And as we look at their schedule, it could definitely be worse having Notre Dame and an SEC schedule. They do open up with Notre Dame, but then they have McNeese week number 2. They go on the road to Florida, but then they come back home against Bowling Green. They got Arkansas and Jerry's World. They get Missouri at home. Bye week at Mississippi State. They get LSU at home. Go on the road to South Carolina. Bye week, New Mexico State at Auburn, and then Texas.
So
you get Texas is at home, by the way.
It's in College Station?
Another home game.
Ooh, that's great. So all your big games are at home.
Your most difficult games, Texas, LSU, and Missouri, all at home. And Notre Dame's at home.
I was going to say, where's Notre Dame?
Yeah.
That's in College Station?
That's your 4 toughest games. They're all in College Station.
Damn you, Tommy Moffitt. If you make the weirdos good, I'm actually going to be mad at you. I was happy for you, but if you make them good, I'm actually probably not going to talk to you for a bit.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to you because you're my dog, but I'm
going to tell you mean things.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to you, but only
I will not
mean
whisper
things.
sweet nothings. They will be loud, mean somethings.
All right, when we get back, let's look at where LSU's at. Where's USC at as we try to predict this first game? What about the other major powers in the SEC and the Big Ten? More coming up next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. Go there today if you need a new vehicle. You can go to the website. You can start to look at everything that you can choose from, all the great deals that they always got going on. And then if you need a service center or a body shop, remember that All-Star Toyota Service Center is there for you. All makes and models welcome. Doesn't have to be Toyota, doesn't have to be from All-Star. Mention OTB, get $100 towards that deductible. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
And when you go to that website, you can check out what you can buy new, you can check out what you can lease, and you can check out the rentals we tell you about every single day. Now, everything is available in the rental process. You're not going to find that anywhere else. So, if you see it as a new vehicle on the website, you can also rent that vehicle. So if you have a vacation coming up like Taylor does, then you can get something bigger, you can get better gas mileage, you can get a hybrid, whatever it might be, they've got you covered. So go check out the full fleet, which is available, again, in all 3 processes, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net. Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's AFR, presented by Pluckers. MLB Draft Combine going on. We'll tell you how the Tigers are doing. Plus, it's a Whiskey Wednesday, Pluckers Trivia. Lots to do. Join us, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, let's get some of your comments in the Mighty Ford YouTube chat. YouTube.com/1045 ESPN. Brambo says, we better be ready week 1. It was all caps. We've been talking all this trash about USC trying to get out of this game, being scared, but we've lost 4 straight week 1 games. We need to win this week 1 game. I agree. Brian says, I think LSU beats USC in week 1. That's just me. Christian says, did we talk about Lincoln Riley dodging more SEC opponents? The 2026 matchup between Ole Miss and USC has been officially canceled. I did find that to be very funny because if you missed it, there was some reporting from a couple of weeks ago that USC was really trying to get out of this LSU matchup in Vegas, and, LSU would not let them out of it.
Well, now that you've done that, show them why you would not leave.
Yeah, bro, you can't screw this up.
Them out of this game in Las Vegas.
And again, the parallels are interesting. Like, look, Brambo says, we all think we'll win week 1. I've also picked us to win the last 4 week 1 games. True. Guilty as charged. Actually, I don't think we picked them to beat Florida State last year, did we? Last season? I don't think so.
I don't remember.
I
know
don't
for
think so.
sure.
I think I finally was
Mississippi
like,
State,
my hand too
UCLA
many
in the
times.
first Florida State
Yeah,
game.
for sure. I picked them. I thought they were going to smash all
Now,
those
actually, I take that back. The UCLA game might have been the one that I'm like, y'all, this Zach Charbonnet is real good. DTR is pretty salty back there, but yeah.
Baby Gronk.
Certainly the first Florida State game, we were really high.
But as Brambo says, Riley hired a great DC, D'Anton Lynn from UCLA, just like BK. I know y'all believe Lacey will break out, but I have concerns about the wide receiver core. I mean, look, you can have concerns about any piece of this LSU roster. It's it's got a lot of question marks. Now, it's not the worst from a returning production standpoint, though, because you still do bring back a lot of names, even if they were names that maybe weren't the best last year. There should be improvement. And yeah, the parallels between USC and LSU are fascinating, right? Two Heisman-level offenses that have now lost their Heisman-winning trophy quarterbacks, replacing a ton there, and then two defenses that were god-awful. And what I continuously remind LSU fans of last year is you want to make fun of USC? You were a worse defense last year, statistically, than USC is, okay? So let's be honest about where we're coming from. Now, that said, when we look at returning production, Jake, LSU's got a pretty big advantage here. LSU is checking in at 60th on this chart. USC checking in at 99.
Yep.
And maybe I'm guilty of being a hater because the numbers that Miller Moss put up in that bowl game against a good Louisville team. Hadn't everybody transferred out of Louisville at that point, though? I'm trying to remember. Like, the people that was Louisville still locked in at that point against USC?
They were missing multiple players from the ACC championship game. Still impressive performance, no doubt.
No, I'm saying they were a good team, but I'm trying to remember why. I mean, look, one of the reasons why I didn't give Miller Moss that much credit for that performance last year was I didn't think the actual highlights looked that good. It looked like a quarterback that was just floating up, kind of. You ever played the game 500 when you were younger, where the everybody's standing and one guy's throwing it, and you call out a number and you throw it up in the air, and it's like a Hail Mary. Everybody's got to leap up and catch it, and if you catch it, you get that many points.
No.
And when you get to 500, you become the thrower. Y'all never played that? Oh, man, I used to love that game. But that's what Miller Moss was doing. He was like, 200, and just launching it, and then his receivers were just better, and they were coming down with the catches. So, again, I'm kind of a Miller Moss hater, I would say. Like, I think Garrett Nussmeier was, even though these stats are very similar, in fact, maybe even edge to Moss, I think Garrett Nussmeier looks like a much better prospect. And so you combine, I think, a better base of starting talent for LSU, a better year last year. If we're thinking about progression and regression, Jake, a 10-3 LSU team versus what did USC finish? 7-6, I believe.
Yeah.
7-6.
Not 8-5. Either way.
Yeah, maybe 8-5 with the bowl win.
Yeah.
But still, a better team last year for LSU with significantly more returning production. I think slightly better coaching changes, though both staffs did a good job. And a better quarterback. Like, there is no excuse, none, zero, zilch for LSU not to win this game.
I mean, I am literally right there with you wholeheartedly. You have to go win this game. I know it's first game of the season. I know you've won 10 games after losing the opener in the last 2 years, but it has to be must win. You have to start out your season on a better foot. You don't have to start out every season in panic mode. Like, you can go out there, win the first game, and then set up a really nice run, because I like the schedule that you have. We laid it out a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. So this one is going to be as must-win as an opener possibly can be for just a lot of different reasons. And I think you have some advantages in some of the most key positions. I think you have a much better offensive line than they have a defensive line. I like your quarterback. I like your weapons. I like a lot about what LSU has in this game in Las Vegas. But you have to go out there. You can't, because in the openers, like, okay, and this is different coaching staffs, but you go like UCLA game. It's like they had never seen counter before when UCLA was a counter team.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, there was things in these openers that we've talked about, like it looking like they had never worked on that thing. Offense, defense, special teams, whatever it might be. Right? The game in New Orleans where you have all the special teams woes. It looks like they had never seen what was going on there. They got surprised by a field goal block, right? The wing, who everybody in this room knows You got to be strongest with your inside hand,
I
right?
forgot
Wasn't
about the
strongest
missed
with his
extra
inside
point.
hand.
That's insane, dude.
You know what I
a
mean?
game. That's
so
insane.
it looks like you weren't ready to play those games in certain areas. You have to be ready in the totality of your roster and all three phases in this opener. That would be my goal all training camp long.
Yeah.
We are going to be ready to go as soon as boot meets ball in Las Vegas. We're not going to have these head-scratching mistakes that we've had over the last couple of years.
Freaking can't spell LSU without the L, kid. Where you at, dog? How old are you, like 13 now? Come catch these hands when you turn 18. I'm waiting on your ass. All right, when we get back here, a couple more takes here from the production. I want to look at, okay, where's Ole Miss fall on this list, right? Everybody's crowning them. What about Alabama, Ohio State, Oregon? A lot to be gathered here. Stick around, more OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Coleman Roofing and Construction. Coleman Roofing and Construction. ColemanRoof.com is the website. And when you talk about Coleman, you talk about the most complete, the most reliable, the most respected roofing company in Louisiana. They can handle any size job with any type of roof anywhere in the state, anywhere in the Gulf South region. And remember the construction portion of it, okay? They like if you get water damage or something, these interior damage, a tree fall, they will rebuild that and then they carry your roof. They also do custom metal work, gutters, everything. And look, their employees are treated the right way. You're treated the right way. You want Coleman Roofing and Construction.
And when you go to ColemanRoof.com, you can check out the contact information for where they can help you throughout the state of Louisiana. So no matter where you're listening to us in the state, commercial, residential, they've got you covered. But certainly in that commercial space, right? No job's going to be too big for them. They can literally do it all. It is a true one-stop shop, ColemanRoof.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off F-150. $10,000 off the new 2024 Ford F-150. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
for the Wednesday edition of Live at Lunch, live at Roca Pizzeria on Government Street in Mid-City. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Wednesday, Roca Pizzeria, live at lunch, live at Roca, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. Jeff G says, y'all calling this a must-win. We should call it a must-smash. Thank you, Alondra. You're right. Must-smash. Y'all calling this a must-smash for say there's no such thing as a hot seat for BK with his contract. Yeah. I imagine that. I think life has nuance and gray area a lot of times, and I think there are differences in what you can feel emotionally and what you can do functionally. The money that is owed to BK, you owe him the remainder of the contract if you wanted to fire him. So let's say you go 5-7 this year. Could you afford to pay $70 million? Or would it be $60 million? Now, this is going to be year 3. Yeah. No, could you afford to pay $70 million? No, you can't. Not at a time when you're about to have to play student athletes an additional $20 million out of the revenue. Do you want to be laughed at like A&M and Jimbo? We're not the richest state to begin with. Boosters are already being pushed to their limits when it comes to NIL. So you may not like to hear it, but yeah. It can be a situation where if things went awfully, everybody can be really angry. And if you lose again, he should be fired. But it's not going to happen. So, yeah, there is no such thing as a hot seat. Now, emotionally hot, yes. Functionally hot, no.
Yeah, I agree with T-Bob. We're not talking about jobs here. We're talking about for
confidence, belief.
Yes, and setting your season up right, a season in which there's a 12-team playoff now. There's no longer just a 4-team playoff. And so if you want to be included in that number in the 12-team playoff, knowing you have an SEC schedule coming up, yeah, you got to go out there. You got to beat USC. You got to beat UCLA. And so, no, we're not talking about jobs here because we just laid out the contract. That is going to be there, and they've done a really nice job. So we're talking about the emotional part of it from a fan base. We're talking about the confidence level of a football team, not having to, for a third year in a row, scratch and claw and fight back to get to 10 wins. 10 wins is great, but just imagine if you won the opener, how much easier it would be to get maybe 11.
Exactly. No, I mean, if you win the opener last 2 years, you would have set yourself in the playoff, in a 12-team playoff. So, also, let's not just, I don't always love the hand-waving away of back-to-back 10-win seasons. Like, it's just, like, easy to stumble into. It's really not. And you're building a consistency here that, quite frankly, LSU's maybe never really had. Like, if you go 3 in a row of double-digit wins, that is something. When's the last time LSU would have had 3 double-digit wins in a row?
I'll do the research.
Because even my junior and senior year, I guess it was probably my junior, senior year into the next year, into 12. So over a decade since you pulled that off. It is not the norm.
I'm trying to think. I don't even know. Maybe we did it 05, 06, 07.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. I can't remember the 05 season.
Yeah, because in 04, we only won 9 games because we lost a bowl game on a Drew Tate Hail Mary, deeper than the deepest. What are we doing? And then we go 11 wins in 05, 11 in 06, 12 in 07. But then 8 and 9 in the next 2 following years. The vacated wins kind of messes this up for the thing that I'm looking at. But y'all won 11 and 10. Y'all won 13 and 11.
And then I believe they won 10 the next year, right? In 12?
Yes, I think so.
They
finished 12th in the country.
That's the year where if TJ Yeldon doesn't get that screen pass, LSU actually has an inside track to a national championship appearance. Or at least to an SEC championship appearance, but whatever.
Yeah, you haven't done it in back-to-back years, obviously, since 18-19.
So, again, 3 years in a row of double-digit wins is not something to just be like, meh. No, okay? Let's not be that person. Okay, other big teams to talk about returning production. Ole Miss is at 68th. That's kind of fascinating, though, because, of course, they're not going to score high here, right? Like, Ole Miss's whole thing is a mercenary warship. So 68, but adding a lot of talent. Ohio State checks in at 70. How about Oregon coming in at 28th in the country And they're adding Dylan Gabriel, who think about what Bo Nix went from being at Auburn to year one at Oregon. And now look at Dylan Gabriel being massively better than Bo Nix and now going to Oregon. Like already being massively better. You could see how people are so high on the Ducks.
And also getting Evan Stewart, who you mentioned when you were talking about Texas A&M. Yeah, the Oregon Ducks are a team that, because their toughest game is going to be at home. Now, it's going to be a new conference. We'll see how it plays out. They are going to be in the conversation all season long. I love Dan Lanning. I love his mentality. He's bought into Oregon, and Oregon's bought into him. They haven't been able to say that in a long time there because Willie Taggart leaves, Mario Cristobal leaves. Dan Lanning is there to stay. There were jobs that were open that we thought, oh, man, if he gets a chance to go back to Alabama, he would certainly do that. It's not the case.
Speaking of Alabama, 115th. So remember, Jake was, kind of poo-pooing me talking up Alabama the other day, and this would be in keeping with that. They only returned 44% of their production, 33% defensively. They don't have great weapons. But again, not say Alabama's going to be bad, but do they regress? Speaking of, Michigan's 128th. By the way, Mississippi State, the only team lower than Alabama, and Washington is 130th. Kind of feels like Jetfish. Man, bold move. We'll see. Hour 2, Flesterly coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Do you want to ignite your career? Well, join MMR, the largest privately owned electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation. Here at MMR, we are seeking talented individuals to join the team. And for over 3 decades, MMR has been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge with offices all over the globe. Now, at MMR, we offer you a tailored path for professional and personal development. You couple that with outstanding benefits, a dynamic culture, and look, whether you're a student seeking an internship, you're just beginning your career, or you're a seasoned pro, MMR Group offers a variety of positions just for you. So build your future with MMR, okay? We're looking for engineers, construction managers, anything. Just go look it up, call them up, so you get in touch with them, kind of set you on the path to get you to where you want to be. Build your future by applying now at mmrgrp.com. Once again, that's mmrgrp.com, the nation's largest electrical and instrumentation contract.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Wednesday, June 19th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect rainy skies with a high of 91. In hour 2 of today's show, Matt Flynn is in the studio for a full hour of flustering. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Flush the format. Throw away the rundown. It's time for a bit of unscripted conversation.
Let's give them something to talk about.
Former LSU and NFL quarterback Matt Flynn. Off the Bench presents Flustering. Now, here's T-Bob Hebert.
I'm so sweaty.
Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Can we just become best friends? Yep.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. A little flustering going down. We got the My High Man himself, Matthew Clayton Flynn, national championship winning quarterback. Matt, what's up, dog? How you feeling this morning?
I feel great. Happy to be here. Good energy levels.
Because you're hydrated.
Yeah, very hydrated. Did y'all know the chair? Y'all can get one of these chairs for less than $100.
Can someone get Matt a chair, please?
I think we do. Hey, Taylor, while you're up, can we turn the TV to FS1? We got Croatia
we get
and
today's
Albania.
game. No Fubo lockout?
That just kicked off.
Taylor, hurry up.
What do we have?
Go quicker on both things.
About?
Make both things happen faster. The Euros are going on right now. Do you know about the Euros?
Let me.
Euros?
Yeah. It's
like the currency?
There is a currency called the euro.
This is the
correct.
UEFA European Championship. It is a major tournament that involves only teams from, you guessed it, Europe.
What sport?
Soccer.
On the pitch.
What sport? I don't even think that was a bit.
No, absolutely it was not.
Well, I haven't understood. You said something with a dumb accent. Like, well, I couldn't understand anything y'all were saying.
Do you remember what movie is this from? Oh, it was a double team.
It's Beer Fest.
Beer Fest.
Oh, my God. With the silo. Again, guys, drinkmyhigh.com. It's hot out there. It's actually been kind of nice the last couple of days, if a bit wet. But, hey, My High, it's pretty wet as well because you mix it with water.
You can get dehydrated in the winter.
You can. But
it's a hydration drink that's actually liquid.
Yeah, it's true. Not powder. Which I love from a mixing standpoint. Mixes way easier, way quicker, tastes great.
Thank you, Taylor.
I'm a My High Zero fan myself. All the flavors are delicious.
Oh, look at this.
We got the new flavor last week, Island Coconut Breeze. What's the actual
Definitely
name
not the name of it.
Yeah, it is.
Whoa.
What's the name of it?
It's Island Ice. It has
Island
actually. See, y'all got an inside look that still hasn't launched yet.
Oh, my bad. Okay, well, be on the lookout for
Pretty
it.
sure.
I also like red, blue, lemon lime, all of it. It's great. So, Alondra, you said today is what? The 1 year anniversary of the Titan submersible?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
It is. 1 year that
Wow.
the
What a
submersible
story.
that shook the world.
Yeah.
That went down to explore the Titanic with a
Struggling with his chair. Over
video
here.
game control.
Yeah, Xbox
Was it a-
controller.
It was a
Logitech.
Logitech. It was a
Yeah.
Logitech
Oh, it was Logitech.
PS4 controller, I
Yeah.
believe.
See,
Which
they didn't
again
go
is
Xbox.
not
They went
necessarily
PlayStation.
the controller is not the issue itself. It's indicative of the issue, right? It's a symptom
Probably
of the disease.
The soda can that they went in.
That's what I was going to say. It's a symptom of the fact that they thought that they could not treat the bottom of the ocean with the appropriate amount of respect that it deserves. Thought you could maybe cut some corners cost-wise. And hell, look, they did it a few times. But that's the thing. That's a high-stakes game you're playing, man.
Allegedly.
You go to space. You go to the ocean. Those are not places that human beings are meant to be. So you got to come correct or you going to come dead. And unfortunately, that's what happened there. I don't know, guys, that there's anything. Maybe like one of the things that would come close, but even then not really, would be being stuck on that theme park ride upside down for 30 minutes. But I don't know if there's anything that gives me as many heebie-jeebies in the pit in my stomach as thinking about sitting in that submersible for hours and descending to the bottom. And not even dying. I'm just talking about just being locked in there, feeling the pressure of the entirety of the ocean around you, just so you can glance at the Titanic through a tiny little porthole. I don't know, man. Just not for me. That's what kids say.
Not a lot of current events like pique my interest enough to follow for a couple of days. Bad things happen. You watch, you want to be informed. But that submersible situation, I was like locked in for days.
Locked in.
Like I was, it was intriguing to me because I could not think of much more things that was like more horrific.
No, exactly. It is the most. Now, in terms of functionally, like the functional act of dying, it's probably one of the best ways to go out in that it's literally instantaneous. I mean, according to scientists, didn't they basically like vaporize?
Yeah.
Because of the physics. So you're just there 1 second, gone the next. But again, every creak you're hearing going down, every bump. Like, remember, there was that other one where they went down and they actually lost control, like the rudder, and they still managed to make it up. Just truly horrific stuff. And as Alondra said, a tale as old as time. The Tower of Babel, a tale of hubris. Icarus flying too close to the sun and the wax melting off of your wings.
You remember everybody had like a countdown? Like we were like, oh, they got 10 hours of oxygen left.
Yeah.
Whole time the thing exploded.
Yeah, like that
vaporized,
was right?
Just crazy to think. But like y'all are talking about, so billionaire real estate investor Larry Connor and Triton Submarine is going to try it again. Right?
Hubris.
Okay, so once again, and that's another thing that I think appeals to, maybe not the right word, but another thing that kind of hooks us is we can all appreciate, or there's something to be said for like being just a normal person and looking at somebody who has all the money in the world do this crazy stuff just to be like, I can. And us be like, God, but should you?
Right.
It's a little different
Nobody
if you're a
stopped
billionaire.
to ask if we should.
Yeah, like if you're a billionaire wanting to go to space, that's been done. Like it's proven to be semi-safe. Like,
well,
do that.
Again, I mean, going to space would be, that's just as I would say inhospitable. I probably would as well. But
a lot of things we don't know about down there.
If you're going to space, you're not doing it cheap. Like the testing to get up there, like nobody is out here cutting corners when it comes to space travel.
Wouldn't that the weirdest part? Because like, how much did they have to pay per person? Like it was
like $500,000.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't cheap to go down there. How did they cut corners on this?
Because it basically takes building existing and scientists are going to probably yell at me, but I feel like what it takes to survive as a human in space is rarely, it's pretty equivalent to what it would take to survive the bottom of the ocean. These spaceships cost billions of dollars, right? Hundreds of millions. Like, that's how it can be so expensive and you can still cut corners, is because you got to go down there in like one of them James Cameron machines that costs hundreds of millions and only fits like one person because it's just made to make that person survive. And I got to imagine if they're going back down there, they're not going to go in the same ship.
Wasn't James Cameron like one of the ones that took the trips on that same submarine?
No. He was one of the ones decrying it, saying like, y'all are coming in. This is the amateur hour. Y'all are coming in half stepping and you're gonna get hurt. I don't think Cameron to my memory was in the chorus of voices that was kind of like, this is bad for the overall exploration community because you're making people think of it lighter than they should. They're not approaching it with the respect it deserves.
Turned out he was right.
That's just a bad idea. Start to finish. And this other guy doing it again. Why not?
Again, hopefully, though, he's doing it in like the correct ship, right? Like they're not going down there in the same Titan submersible.
That's the thing. It's like it might work 20 times. Might work 100 times.
What happens?
Well, it did work. Like,
just takes
it just was that one, yeah.
What
They had
happens
done
when
it
you're at the
before.
bottom and you think that, and you just start to have a panic attack?
Oh,
and your
you
heart's
don't-
beating out of your
I wonder how
chest.
long
panic
it
attack
takes
for
to
a
get down
while
there.
because
I would eat an entire bottle of Xanax.
Yeah.
And probably die from that by accident.
You'd spend a bunch of money, eat an entire bottle of Xanax and not remember.
And also probably overdose.
Why did I ever agree to this?
This is my nightmare.
Let me out! Let me out! No.
Yeah, T-Bob, you don't
could
like
not.
flying. I don't think you should go
But
in
what
a
if there was a
submarine to
shark
the
10
ocean.
I
feet
can't
away?
do metal tubes.
Very
Like,
smart.
What was so funny, like watching that video of
MIT.
the guy give like a
electric current.
he was like showing everybody, giving everybody a tour of the submarine, and they're like, all right, they're spending all this money, they're going to see the Titanic. And then the window they're all looking at is like
tiny
8
one,
inches
yeah.
wide.
I know.
Cool.
I know. I mean, I'm sure that when you're actually down there, there is something like wow to it. But outside looking in,
I don't know.
it's not worth. Not worth. Is the juice worth the squeeze?
I don't think it is.
Unfortunately,
No.
well,
It
they got
wasn't.
squeezed
Well,
into
I
juice.
yeah.
But
Too
no,
soon,
not
bud,
worth.
Too soon.
It's been a year.
It's been a year. I thought that's the whole point. Right? Also, again, I feel
What's
bad
the
because it is
A year.
tragic, but it
That's
is
the-
also entirely
What's the
preventable.
It was preventable, yeah.
Like it wasn't like it was like they were forced into this. I believe there was like a reporter that had gone on one of the previous trips or something. Like I'd be pissed if I was that guy. Like if my boss tells, and it's probably like a big news organization, you probably feel like you have to. Young reporter trying to make your way. Like, hey, we need you to go down in the Titan for a story. You're like, oh God.
wait, you'd be pissed if you were the guy that went down earlier? Not me. I'd be like counting my blessings at that point.
No, I'm just talking about I'd be angry if I worked for an organization. Ooh, Albania scoring.
Albania up 1-0 in Croatia.
But I'd be angry if I've been working in this business. It's like ABC News or something, right? Dream job. And they're like, hey, this is your assignment. I mean, you can't say no, right? You kind of have to take it. Ugh.
Do you think they got their money back?
Who, the families? I
and
don't
remember,
know.
like one of the stepsons was like, you remember?
He was
Taylor?
he was at a Blink 182 concert, and he said this is my dad's all-time favorite band, and we were supposed to go together. He would want me to go regardless, and this was like 2 days after. They didn't even know if they were
crazy
alive
on
or not.
So
He
bad.
posted it on Instagram, and then was like shocked that he got backlash. I'm like, but it's bad enough to go. You plastered it all over Instagram as well.
He was like posting all these crazy
Yeah.
stories. It was so funny.
T-Bob, I looked at you kind of like looked at me judgmentally when I said, do you think they got their money back? After you just made the comment about the whole turn into juice thing.
No, if I looked at you judgmentally, I did not mean
I
to.
got judged.
No. That was you're misinterpreting my body language. It's a very valid question. My brain immediately went to like, have there been lawsuits? Or no,
Well,
I
they
guess not
probably
because you sign
signed.
away everything.
Yeah.
You sign. So no, you're probably actually not even getting your money back.
Well, the company probably went bankrupt.
Which is the worst part of it. All right, when we get back, more Flesh Street. Keep it locked. 104.5 ESPN.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Gordon. Okay, so I still have yet to see my Gordon Power Rangers commercial. Whatever, I'm just full of good ideas. How about we do a Global Guts spoof next, right?
Okay.
You know, like Gordon, and then you're like, let's go to the scoreboard. Mo! And Mo's like, in first place is Terry with $100,000 settlement. Next up. Look, I mean, I can lead y'all to water, but you got to drink, Gordon, okay? And if you need a drink, you go to Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, 225-888-8888. Get somebody who's going to fight for you, get you what you deserve when you get in an accident. Also, supporters of your favorite athletes on the G Team. You can follow them on Instagram at GetGordon.
All major social media at Get Gordon is going to be the handle. If you want to get in contact with them today, getgordon.com is always a great tool for you to do that. But also your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $20,000 off the powerful Ram truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction.
Join me for a Wednesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. It's a What If Wednesday, and we'll get you caught up on all the action from the College World Series. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Oh, it's back. Flag football talk. Jake and Matt just spent the whole break chopping it up. What's up, boys? What's the lab saying? How we feeling about your return to coaching, Matt? Aren't you outside? Weren't you once a part of a championship staff though, and now you're out?
Oh, I was part of a championship game staff.
Okay.
Isn't that right?
I don't know how to follow this.
Yeah, we didn't win.
No.
Yeah. Hey, you know what though? You're going to be there. Like you already started to coach. Like when Quad Bob has his hand in the dirt, you're going to be in these same conversations.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Those not coming from a place of judgment. I just don't really have anything else to talk about, to be honest. You know, going on vacation, a little bit of senioritis here, checking in. We could talk about the Oilers last night winning in Florida and making it 3-2.
And now they're going back to Edmonton. Home field advantage in the next game.
Okay, here's a question I would ask y'all. Home ice. Thank you, Alondra. Y'all are professional athletes. Y'all are used to traveling. Can you fathom having to bounce back and forth in a 7-game series? Or how much of an issue would it be? Or would it be at all from Edmonton to South Florida? I mean, it's literally like 2,500 miles, we said, which again, the Great Wall is 13,000 miles long, which blows my freaking mind.
Yeah, that blew my mind that day. I had no idea that was even remotely possible.
Don't understand it, but whatever. Edmonton, the northernmost NHL team. Fort Lauderdale, the Panthers, the southernmost. Can you how much would that affect you? Or does it not? I mean, are they?
Wouldn't affect me any more than anybody else, I guess.
So
it's hot for them too.
Yeah, Cannon. It is hot for them too. I don't know. As a professional athlete, you travel. You're young, but you travel as well as you possibly could.
Reliable.
Charter flight. I mean, you got all the amenities. I mean, you stay in the nicest hotels.
Flights are kind of fun.
I actually like it.
You play cards.
You got a lot of gambling going on, a lot of dice being rolled. A
lot of speakers.
Yeah.
It's not like a normal flight where you're stuck in the middle aisle.
No, I mean, you got guys like walking up and not Russ doing high knees. That's weirdo stuff.
Yeah.
But like you got guys
Who's
walking
avoiding blood
around.
clots.
Hey, sure.
Yeah, sure.
And I mean, you're
Compression
talking, you're I mean, no, it's not a normal flight to Matt's point. So I know for us, like in San Diego, we always had the longest trips. We had to go play the Jets, the Giants, the Bills, whoever it was, and I never found it to be an issue.
Or were there ever a situation where you'd have 3 people in 3 seats next to each other?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, you would have like at the worst, younger rookies and maybe support staff, you would have 3 seats and you'd have, the middle would be open.
How many chicken sandies are you taking down? Did y'all get Chick-fil-A on there? Or better food?
We got Popeyes in San Diego.
Okay. That's what's up.
I don't know what y'all got in Green Bay.
We didn't.
They just got wheels of cheese.
Oh, no, that was
and
actually
warm milk.
That was the one thing that
Yeah.
rookies had to do in Green Bay was get the vets food on the way to the airplane.
Okay, so they weren't. There wasn't like a catered. Well, I mean, I'm sure they had some.
No, you
food
could bring
on the
your own
flight.
food. So
Okay.
like the one thing I had to bring Aaron when I was a rookie, I had to bring him McDonald's Oreo
milkshake
McFlurry. Yeah.
Wait, so what was the craziest thing that somebody did? Everybody bring like any sesame chicken and lo mein on the plane?
Yeah, there's Chinese food brought for sure.
Hell
There
yeah.
was. I mean, there was a lot of. Well, this is Green Bay we're talking about, all right? So it's not like
A lot of cheese,
a lot of chilies, a lot of cheddars. I think maybe an Outback or two every now and then.
I remember seeing one of my favorite images. Maybe you can find it. One of my favorite images from the internet is a woman who's on Spirit Airlines and she has a full lobster dinner in front of her, and I'm just I cannot fathom how that smelled. That would be overpowering. Does anybody ever bring fish on the plane?
No, we never. So we
microwave it.
We were different than they were. Like we would. So the rookies would go get the food in the last film session before you got on the plane. You do the walkthrough, you come and film, and so the rookie would go get whatever it was, bring it back position by position room, and then once we got onto the plane, we had Chick-fil-A and Popeyes and whatever meal they had there as well. So and you have bags like Powerades and different things like waiting on you as well.
Y'all ever do some like guys being dude stuff and just McManus some flight attendants? Sexually harass some flight attendants? That go down a lot on the planes?
No, I did not.
Sorry. Did you not see? There's a story about Brandon McManus. He was apparently just like straight up like pinching flight attendants' butts and like doing like a lot of like just old bad stuff that you can't do. Yeah, he got cut. Oh, you missed that story? Were you out?
Yeah, I was out.
We talked about that? Yeah. He's done. That's why I was laughing so hard when the Justin Tucker memes were going down the other day, where it's like Brandon McManus, sexual harassment, Harrison Buckhurst, women stay in the kitchen. And then it's like, and here's Justin Tucker, and he's singing a beautiful rendition of Ave Maria. He can really sing, by the way. But yeah, what you're looking at now, go back, Taylor, youtube.com/1045ESPN. Look at this woman's Spirit Airlines dinner she has brought on an airplane.
With the liquor bottles,
Put her
too.
straight to jail.
That is
I see crab.
unforgivable.
I see
that is unforgivable.
Lobster.
That's crawfish.
Yep.
I would kind of be like,
those might be.
I
Those
would
are
kinda be
lobster.
like, hey, let me highlight one of them things though. Now that we're here, maybe a little bit. Let me
Little
eat up that
Cheez-Its.
plate a little bit. Like, God, woman, what are you? Are you preparing for the like? Is this your final meal? This can't be just a casual single meal.
Are you going to your death?
2 soda cans, a bottle of water, 2 to 3 alcohol bottles, and 2 entire trays of food.
Think
Looks
about
like death.
Think about showing up to TSA.
Where's the
security
diaper
line with
at?
those
Yeah, and
lobsters.
like how long is this flight?
Well, the thing about Spirit is like everything's so cheap because everything's an add-on. That at least tripled the price of her actual plane ticket.
It looks like she's got 2 tickets as well, because that entire seat next to her is filled with food.
That was premeditated.
That
She was
foil
like, I'm
pan
bringing
of
seafood.
lobsters were 8 times the amount of her ticket price.
I would fight someone. I would fight someone, I think, if I was on that plane, or I'd just lose my mind.
Have y'all done Spirit flights before?
No.
I've done it.
I have.
I've done it.
Will not.
Maybe twice.
I've done it at least twice, and I've always
Really?
had
I feel like Spirit was
good
recent.
experiences.
Yeah, I did it once and it was a good experience.
Like
A good experience. A good experience.
Like it went from I went to Columbus, Ohio. We flew direct.
Yeah.
From New Orleans to Columbus, Ohio, which took like 2.5 hours, whatever.
That was not that long ago, right?
That was about like 2 years ago. Because the one thing I will say, the bad experience, everything else was cool. There was no mid-flight fights going on, no duct tape on the wings, nothing like that. But I did, we were traveling with kids, so they got a lot of trash. So I was like popping out one of the throw-up bags so they could put some garbage in.
You're like, hey, that's $2.
Put my hand in the throw-up.
Somebody had thrown up in the bag and it was still there.
Yeah, put her back. I mean, it wasn't a lot. It was just a little. But
Oh my gosh.
That's worse than drinking dip spit. Oh my God, dude. That is truly.
No.
That is truly horrific.
But it was, we had young kids.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that
it
is
is.
worse than drinking
No,
dip
it's
spit.
not.
The dip spit's in your mouth. No.
It's
No, it
usually
doesn't
somebody
matter.
you know, though.
It doesn't
This is like
matter.
a stranger.
Or your own.
A stranger's leftover puke all over your hands. Did you throw up immediately?
But it was one of those, our kids were really young, so we were really desensitized to gross stuff at that time, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
you just kind of you got to dive in as a dad.
Yeah, I mean, look.
But I looked at my wife and I just shook my head. Nope.
Did the blood? did
you
the
even
blood
tell
just
Lacey, or
exit
you're
your
like,
face?
And
And
it
you
was
just
that-
turn white as a
Yeah.
sheet immediately? Like, oh my God, what just happened?
And it was during taxi before your flight, so it's I couldn't get up and do all that situation. So I just kept my hand.
You had to holster them. You had to holster 'em.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put them in my pocket.
But other than that, perfect flight. Good takeoff.
All right, well,
smooth touchdown.
Let's go around the room. Favorite airline to travel with?
I mean, look, I think
I
I
know.
don't fly
no.
at
Just
any-
quickly.
Well, no,
You
I
don't
don't
have to
fly
explain it.
anymore because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
But Delta has all the TVs right in front of you.
Delta.
But it's
no
too
doubt.
expensive, so
Delta
I never
for
fly.
sure.
I favorite is not the one I fly. I fly American because I can get
Texas.
more places.
Dallas. For you.
And that's just where I'm got that gold status. Not a big deal. But
People love their status with airlines.
But I wouldn't say they're the best, but I do agree. They do it better than Delta because you can get the stuff that's on the back of on the TV on your iPad on American.
I'd rather have it in
Just
front of
log
me on
in
the
for
TV. I'm
free.
weird. I know what you're saying, but they also have the Delta cookies, which are S tier. Alondra.
Are Biscoffs still the Delta cookies?
They got those on American.
Yeah,
American. They're on American.
They've
now as
made
well.
it to American.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I think, see, look, I love that you can pick your seat on
I hate it.
Southwest, but I think, American's probably my favorite airline.
Taylor?
American Airlines.
Okay, all right.
I think I had a bad experience with Delta, and I didn't like it after that. Weren't they also the ones that were for a minute? One of the flight attendants beat one of the passengers or something like that.
I'm not
Now,
sure.
that might
I get that.
actually be more entertaining on the flight, so I may actually have to change my
No,
answer
no,
to
no,
Delta.
no. I don't want any waves.
Delta's
I
gotten
don't want
crazy recently.
I don't want any ripples
Yeah.
on my
Don't
flight.
I need
fly
the
anymore. I got
chillest
five
I
flight.
need
kids.
everybody to just look forward. We're all in this together.
Everybody relax.
Everybody just stay calm.
Yeah.
Let's not talk to each other.
When
Gonna put
stuff
your
starts
headphones
happening,
in.
I look around and I look at the flight attendant, and she's not freaking out. I'm like, all right. I'm
You
good.
know what always freaks me out? It's thinking back to the camera angles of movies that have plane stuff in them.
Yeah.
Because when you look down an aisle,
looks
it's like it's the same shot that you've
Yes.
seen a million times before.
Before it crashes.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's what messes with my head.
Who
100%.
thinks like that, though?
You could just think of that.
I don't know. I do that.
On the escape or the what is it, the fire escape?
Yeah.
Aisles, the doors just popping off.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though I go exit row all the time if I'm alone
Yeah.
because the extra room, And if push came to shove, we're going to need someone who's a real leader in that spot.
Sure.
And so I need to be there to make sure we all make it off
The
that plane
person
alive.
who has panic attacks needs to be there, is what you're saying?
Yes, because I have the false confidence of a Xanax prescription. So
That's
I'm chill
fair.
AF.
I like sitting in the back
I
of the
got this,
plane.
guys.
I'm a little different than most people.
I think if my plane started to go down, I would pop off the exit door and surf it down. Like a parachute of sorts. Just kind of hop on it and ride it all the way down to the ground.
You might want to like
You
put
Tom
it over
Cruise
your
now?
head.
Yeah, it feels like something Tom Cruise would do. I agree. I never want to be in this position, but maybe going down one of those slides into the water could be fun. Watch out for the sharks. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about planes, and then we were just talking about the submersible. I think around this time last year is also like that is not real. That lady on the plane.
She's now famous.
Tiffany Gonzalez, right? Tiffany Gomez. Tiffany Gomez.
What a summer last year was.
Yeah.
Goodness.
There's some internet hits for sure.
Yeah, this summer's got to pick it up. Why has this summer been so boring so far?
No tragedies.
But seriously though, like, have y'all noticed that Delta is like twice the price of everybody else? Right?
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't flown Delta in forever.
Like, what's happening?
I don't know.
It's not that good.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
They
I
do
haven't
have cool
flown-
outfits.
Well,
I love the colors.
So you're paying for the outfit?
No, I just made an observation.
If y'all ever
I
flown-
think Delta has cool.
I think
cool
Delta
uniforms.
International, their outfits changed to purple.
Yeah, no, I think are they not all
Are they
purple?
not
I thought
all
they were
purple?
all purple. I flew international first class one time. It was
Did you?
incredible, dude.
Sweet.
It was incredible. It's for my honeymoon.
if you go international, like that's almost like
You have
just,
like a
you gotta do it.
sleeping pod.
We
straight
upgraded one
up
time with some
chilling.
points to it on the way back. It was awesome.
It's
those
just you
pods.
feel like a king,
One of those pods.
like a king amongst peasants.
Yeah, do you just judge everybody that's walking past you
Getting
to the
like
back?
champagne and steak in your own personal sleeping pod while everybody else is just jammed up against each other for 15 hours.
Yeah, I've seen them have like little charcuterie boards and everything.
Oh, you get everything up there.
Yeah.
You get everything.
Even like
hey now.
thick blankets too. Nice pillows.
Yeah, what happened to blankets and pillows on planes?
Yeah.
Used to give them to
COVID.
everybody.
COVID.
I would
No,
not.
corporations. Okay,
COVID.
corporations and the
One-niner.
unending pursuit of profit. That's what happens, right? Where do people cut corners? Whatever screws
Blankets.
over the customers. Pathetic.
They saved money in the name of personal safety during COVID.
Short term, yes, a lot of and too many companies do this. They and it's something that I believe is going on with Disney pretty hard right now. In pursuit of short term dividends and short term profits, they're doing long term damage by treating their customers like crap, by taking away amenities that used to be free or that they used to take care of for you
in the name of safety.
And then yes, to be fair, yes, to your point, a lot of companies during COVID used safety as a guise as a way to cut those amenities and be like, well, I mean, hey man, you know, got to stay healthy, got to stay safe. When we get back, more flustering. Keep it locked, OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Trash Rangers today, man. We had the Trash Rangers boys up in here yesterday, and check it out. If you need a fixed placement front load dumpster, okay, you're a business. We understand the different businesses have different needs, and so we have very flexible scheduling at Trash Rangers. Let's say you want a reliable dumping schedule, and maybe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 days a week. Trash Rangers has your back, and that's anywhere, okay? I don't care where you live. You can take advantage of Trash Rangers there. So do it. I call 225-363-9053, 225-363-9053.
Go to the website, trashrangersllc.com, and there you'll find what we've been telling you about over the last couple of weeks with their roll-off dumpsters. And so if you own a business and you need the largest size, well, they can come, they can roll that in, they've got you covered. But if you're just doing something at your house, maybe you need something a little bit smaller, they have 3 different sizes to choose from over at Trash Rangers. So no matter what job, project you've got going on, they're going to be able to fit those needs. TrashRangersLLC.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's AFR, presented by Pluckers. MLB Draft Combine going on. We'll tell you how the Tigers are doing. Plus, it's a Whiskey Wednesday, Pluckers Trivia. Lots to do. Join us, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Abu Marzawani says, I saw a report that 70% of families that go to Disney end up in debt from it. Not surprising.
What?
To be fair.
70% of people that go to Disney on vacation
What kind of debt?
don't know like where they're.
I mean, I think
bill
okay,
payments are going to come.
Swiping a credit card.
I was going to say this probably means running up a credit card that you're not paying off immediately, and you're going to have to pay off over time.
Well,
but I don't think this is going to be like.
Chill
This
out.
is
But that is debt. That is debt.
I mean,
that is debt.
This is clickbait right here.
Everybody, like, if that's the case, then because like, do you
Well,
own
no,
your house?
I mean to
No,
be
you pay it
to
off
be
per month.
financially healthy,
That's
everybody. I mean,
debt.
we all carry debt, right? We all have car notes and mortgages, and I pay off the vast majority of the credit card every month. But somebody told me that like leaving like a couple hundred on there for some. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know.
I've always heard
Got
it,
financial
I don't know,
management.
yeah, it's fine.
But you know what's pissing me off though? So like I told y'all, I took my algorithm a couple of weeks ago and I grabbed it by the back of its hair and I made it mine and I wrested control of it. I removed all the horny from it and I put only Disney into it. And so now all Instagram shows me is Disney stuff. And I love it, except that I'm being so freaking teased by Disney Tokyo. Have y'all seen this?
Is that the Tangled?
Yeah, the whole new Fantasyland
yeah,
at
yeah.
Disney Tokyo. And have you seen the prices?
Nope.
They are 80% cheaper than what we're being served here in the U.S. And the animatronics are better. And it's cleaner. And it's nicer. And now my dumbass one day is going to pay for a trip to Japan just to go to
Spirit.
Disney Tokyo.
Why Spirit?
No chance. Do you think I'm going on that long of a flight on Spirit?
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
chance.
bro. So you get a little
No
throw up
chance.
on your hand. Big deal.
So what?
I would fillet multiple members of this room before I would fly Spirit Airlines that long.
Why go there?
Why?
Fillet. Fillet. F-I-L-E-T. Like when you fillet a steak. I mean, I would skin you. I would skin multiple members, especially Taylor, of this room.
However you meant to say it. Like, why? You could think of something else.
Am I pronouncing it wrong? You don't pronounce the T? I apologize. But whatever. The point is, I'm super jealous of Disney Tokyo. And ironically enough, because of the price differences, you can arguably get a cheaper overall trip to Disney Tokyo than you can to actual Disney World in Florida, depending on where you're traveling from. Not for us because we don't got to buy flights to Florida, but still. Insanity.
Let's go.
It would be pretty awesome, though, dude.
Yeah, those videos were pretty good. So
I mean, they
my-
look great.
My youngest is like obsessed with Tangled, and that's the one I remember. Like
Tangled's
that looks
freaking
like
awesome, dude.
legit.
Tangled's a great movie. 50th Disney animated film. A lot of good
50th?
songs. Yeah, it's a 50th Disney animated film. A lot of great songs.
Like my little girls are really pushing for Tangled 2. Now,
I know.
they're only talking to me and Lacey about it, so I don't know how much we can push the needle for that.
It is shocking to me that Tangled 2 never got made. It's a critical darling. I think it did well financially. I don't think it made a ton of money, or I don't know if it was like overwhelming, like Inside Out 2.
But there's some more meat on that bone as far as the
a lot more
storyline.
meat on that bone, dude. And Rapunzel's one of my favorite princesses. I like Finn Rider, Eugene. He's funny.
It's Flynn Rider.
Oh, what did I say, Finn?
Yeah.
Wow, look at me. Well, his real name's Eugene, so screw you. Mandy Moore? Who doesn't love Mandy Moore? You know?
Sure.
I don't know. Shane West.
Never really thought about it.
I think Flynn Rider's the dude from Chuck. Do y'all remember Chuck?
I'll be honest with you. I've been looking up prices to fly from New Orleans to Tokyo just to get an idea.
What do we got? Give me, feed me.
Hit me with the basic economy, then hit me with the first.
Right now, if we go Delta,
We know that.
No, I'm not going Delta. Get
That's
that
about
out of
the
here.
same
Okay,
price
okay.
just to go to Atlanta.
$1,418 round trip
per ticket.
A month away, but that's only like a month away.
I legit saw Baton Rouge to Atlanta for like $1,100 the other day. Basic
What?
economy. Yeah.
So this is $1,400.
Are they going to fillet me there on the plane?
So
for that money, they better.
Air Canada, $1,500 from New Orleans to Tokyo.
Not bad.
So
No, that is bad. I don't like any of this. You got too many kids to pay for all them tickets.
okay, but you were just talking about how expensive it was, and it was cheap, and maybe it.
No, again, I
matched
get,
up.
but
A lot of gas,
but
bud.
never in our case because we
A lot of
can
gas.
drive to Orlando. And driving to Orlando is
So
a game
where's our-
changer.
where's
Well,
our-
But like,
I-
if you're coming from Wisconsin, what are you supposed to do? You're going to fly down to Florida,
Well,
spend all that
I
money?
prefer Disneyland over World, and so like I've got to get on a plane anyway.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
don't.
long drive to Orlando. Like even if you
It's
want
10 hours. It ain't bad. It ain't bad.
Anything over 6, Coach.
Yeah.
Nut up. Lock in. Listen to a book on
We're
tape.
about to drive about. We're about to
Eat
drive
some
about-
Listen to
Gardettos.
a book on tape with 5 children in the vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm going to put in some AirPods.
Yeah,
How's
that's what
that
I
going to
do.
go over?
Yeah, that's what I do.
I do enjoy hitting
put
the
in
road
pods.
for a while, but I usually like will rent a van.
Like from
yeah,
Ulster
you do.
Toyota
So
Baton
We're
Rouge.
renting
Yeah.
one for July 4th for my guys at Miller's.
Rent a little
Miller's
like
RV. Shout
Oh,
out.
yeah. Miller's. I remember you went out there and got one.
rent a little like Toyota Sienna from
We've
Ulster
done it
Toyota.
like 5 times. Oh, I'm
He gets
sorry.
like big. He gets like the big boy.
like
though.
the camper vans almost with a toilet in it.
Yeah, I
Little
guess
kitchenette.
that would be great if you were going on a trip
Hey,
where
Miller's. I
where
like
you're going to
traveling.
be driving
I've
around.
got a lot
in
of
the van.
kids. Just saying.
Yeah,
Just saying.
great. Yeah, we're going up to Hot Springs, Arkansas for the July 4th.
Oh, what in the 318 vacation?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I mean, everybody from
What
318
is a
went to Hot
318?
Springs on vacation at
Yeah.
least once in their life.
Because Hot Springs is dope.
It's awesome. No, but that is such a.
What?
Taylor, you've been there, haven't you?
Not been
that's
to Hot
shocking.
Springs.
Dude, the horse races at Hot Springs were one of the most fun weekends I've ever had.
No, it's great. But everybody I know from the 318 has taken a
Are you
vacation
saying
to
there's a
Hot Springs.
chance I'm going to see a Booty, a Pittman, a Hester?
Yes.
Yeah.
A Hurley,
Yeah.
maybe
Or,
even.
Yeah, maybe even.
Yeah, also
Dr.
Hot
Robert
Springs.
Smith, maybe.
I would say this though. We went and we like looked at the hot springs and ran our hand suit and everything.
My little brother, who's from Shreveport, he took his honeymoon, Hot Springs.
Yeah, baby.
He just wrote me.
It's actually a good place for a honeymoon.
There you go.
It's a good place for a honeymoon.
Spot. Go America.
They got a
proud
lot
of
of
you.
cool
High five.
restaurants, a lot of cool places to drink, but no public bathhouses. Like, for a town that was formed on public bathhouses, why can't I go get in a public bath?
Because it's 2024.
COVID.
I feel like when I went to Vegas, me and my buddy were enjoying a public bathhouse. Now I guess it was, separated down male and female, but we were doing a little hot cold plunge and shriveling, unleashing, shriveling again, unleashing, and with a bunch of strangers and dudes, and it was cool. I just wonder why I can't go to a public bathhouse like that. The entire thing that Hot Springs was founded on, and yet now I can't.
That's kind of a weird thing to be stuck on.
I didn't think about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about
We
it
just
either.
booked a trip.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Little getaway.
Whatever. Okay, y'all don't like me? Fine. Y'all do the show.
We got that van, though. We're going to stop and get some, maybe a buy one, get 5 free fireworks situation.
Hell yeah. You get a little buck. Is there a Buc-ee's on the way to Hot Springs?
I
don't
doubt
think
it.
so.
I don't think so.
doubt it.
They
I mean, I
all
gotta-
go. What?
I just gotta
what is
go.
it,
I gotta go to
east?
Shreveport and keep going north.
Yeah, it all,
Yeah.
like I feel like all the Buc-ee's go east.
Ruston will have one soon.
No, they go west.
Or
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
about
yeah,
soon,
you're
but
right.
Ruston
Never
is
eat
supposed to
sour
get one
Ruston
eventually.
is supposed
Yeah,
to.
go west towards
Lafayette and
Texas.
Ruston, right?
Oh, I'm saying from Texas to this way.
Mhm.
It goes east.
Yeah.
Daniel says, I don't
'Cause there's
trust
one in
T-Bob and
Alabama.
Taylor in a bathhouse. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree, dude.
Expanding.
Spencer P says, public bathhouse? This is an ancient Rome. This is America. But no, again, that's what Hot Springs was found on. They have all those wonderful hot springs, and people would go. Like, you can see the architecture of the old bathhouses, and they're awesome.
Okay, but
Like, they're
how
cool
long
to
ago
look at.
was that?
100 years?
Yeah,
No,
see,
less.
We've advanced as a society.
Isn't Bill Clinton from Hot Springs? Or he's from
There's
Hope?
a
He's from Hope,
yeah.
Arkansas. Close enough.
There's a lot of things that are hundreds
Maybe
of years old that we
Hillary's
don't
from
use
Yeah, they're
anymore.
both from Arkansas. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the Indian mounds. Hundreds of years old. We don't use
Yeah.
them. Just like the hot spring.
Pushing
knows?
dirt together with a bulldozer. Here's an Indian mound.
I'm just going to keep sending you podcast clips from that guy on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
All right, when we get back,
This hill looks fun to slide down. Let's push some dirt together.
closing out hour number 2 of OTB.
Be great for
Off
tailgating.
the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yeah, science. Who cares? It's overrated. You know it's not overrated? Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. That's right. You go to GEAUXTommys.com, GEAUXTommys.com, and you take advantage of Tommy's 27 years of experience. Now, 7 years ago, after 2 decades of working in this business for another company, so you know what? I'm going to go and strike out on my own. And, well, all 7 years, Tommy's has taken away the Angie's Service Award, and that's because everything is about how they treat the customer, the integrity, the dependability, the efficiency of the work before, during, after. And that's why, don't take my word for it, let Tommy prove it to you. Make him one of the 3 bids on your next project.
So science might be overrated, but Tommy's properly rated, winning that Super Service Award every year since 2016. Check out the website for a gallery of testimonials, what they can do for you. Go Tommy's, GEAUXTommys.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off F-150. $10,000 off the new 2024 Ford F-150. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so
Join us for the Wednesday edition of Live at Lunch, live at Roca Pizzeria on Government Street in Mid-City. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Wednesday, Roca Pizzeria, live at lunch, live at Roca, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind, I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day.
Look at Albania getting crunk. Did you all see the video of all the Dutch in
the Dutch?
Was that in? Where's the tournament going on right now?
Germany.
It is in Germany. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought so. Did you see the video of all the Dutch in the streets though doing their side hopping thing?
Yeah.
They're all like hopping to one side, then hopping to the other. Taylor, find the video. It's pretty visually stunning.
Hey, did
I
y'all
would
see
say.
where USA cricket team made the first ever World Cup?
Yeah, I remember they beat, was it Pakistan?
Yeah. Nice.
Did they end up winning something?
No, well, I just saw the headline. I didn't click on the article. I don't follow cricket, but it
he
said
was
USA
eye
makes
hustling.
cricket. It was pretty cool. You know?
That's what we were joking about at the
Dominating the world.
time is like none of us really care, but we hear that we beat somebody else that deeply cares, and we're like, yeah! Suck it, nerds!
USA.
Pakistan, you losers! You like this? Oh, we're better.
That's about to I'm
We're
sorry.
better. I don't know how the sport works. I haven't never watched
That's
it.
exactly why I'm excited for the Olympics, because that's like
Yeah.
every 2 years you get to do that. Like,
That's true. That's true.
Fencing.
Yeah, so they
Fencing's tight though.
No, go ahead.
They play South Africa today at 9:30.
Let's go.
US
Okay.
does.
All right, let's go. What station?
Look at that guy's
Hey,
giant fake boobs in the front row.
Hold
on, go back. Watch. Look, he's like Bob from Fight Club. There he is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I will say the Dutch, they it's a cool color, like for everyone.
Orange? Yeah,
orange,
for sure.
The orange is a great color.
For sure.
Great color. South Africa, huh?
Yeah.
They also
play South
call
Africa.
it soccer in South Africa.
I feel like South Africa's probably. Oh, really?
What are the odds?
That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Let me check. The
Canada,
old
U.S., South Africa, and Australia.
I feel like South Africa's probably pretty good at cricket. No? Yes?
I mean, I feel
Let's
like
see.
it's like you.
India,
I mean, if
Pakistan,
you're in the
I think
World
India's
Cup,
places.
probably they've got to be the perennial
You're in the
power,
World
right?
Cup.
India.
yeah, I
don't
think
know.
Pakistan is.
Them in India.
Yeah, them in India.
Are the big dogs.
Which it's like.
And then when it
the
comes to
USA team
rugby,
is
we're
full
looking
of
at
them.
what? South Africa, Australia,
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand's the All Blacks, obviously goated.
in the first inning.
Big Mountie
India
Warriors.
versus
New
South
Orleans.
Africa right now. This is women's.
Right.
India's minus 20,000.
What?
Oh,
That's crazy.
South Africa versus USA. USA plus 450. Get good odds.
that's
Wait,
Okay.
wait, wait.
All right, get some
Minus
juice.
20,000. Jake, what were the odds on Leicester City when they won? Wasn't it about minus 15 or 20?
That would have been plus.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, though. That's what I mean, though. I'm saying, like,
Yeah, it was
I'm
something-
saying if you were going to bet opposite of
It was
then
like
you're gonna
it was
plus
like plus 20,000, and it was so many people because like soccer fans are going to be loyal. They're going to bet it every single year. So many people broke the casino that you'll never see odds that high to win the Premier League again, no matter who the team is.
Is that actually the craziest sporting result that we've ever seen in our adult lives?
I think so,
Leicester
because
City
it's
winning the EPL. That makes no sense.
It's the totality of the season, not just a one game shock at the world.
Makes
type.
no
Yeah.
sense whatsoever. They were able to carry that through against the superpowers.
I mean,
that
they were
bumping up
just
against.
down in the championship this last year.
Give me a college football. Oh, really? They're already
Yeah.
relegated? Give me
They
a
were,
college
yeah.
football equivalent of Leicester City winning the EPL.
I mean, honestly, it's not even a Power 5 team. It's a group of five.
A G5 team winning the Natty?
Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy.
Gosh, I don't even know like what G5 team it'd be like,
Marshall.
Yes. It'd be like Marshall going out there and winning the Natty. Like it'd be like in like Power 4 terms, it'd be like Rutgers going out there and winning it all.
Hey, Rutgers maybe going to be sneaky good this year. They were okay last year. A lot of returning production for Rutgers.
Can we do a remote from Croatia, Moscona? We talked about it during the break. We'd really like to.
Rutgers is 8th. Yeah, we can go see King's Landing.
Yeah.
Like, this is the spot where Theo Farrell died. How you liking House of Dragon, Matt?
I hadn't started.
Okay.
I'm like, I know I'm kind of opposite of y'all. I kind of like to let the episodes build up.
Wow.
I feel like I catch more. I retain more, even though I have already read the book.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you read the book. Look at your big brain. DrinkMyHigh.com. DrinkMyHigh.com. Hydrate this summer. DrinkMyHigh.com.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Drink my high or we'll kill you. That should be your marketing slogan. Done. K to Z window coverings. Get K to Z window coverings or we'll kill you. Sorry, stole the slogan. Not really. Okay. It's not, well, it is that serious though. Okay. Because you're going to kill it when you have Brandon Barton out to your home and he does the tour and he sees exactly how the sunlight interacts with your home in every single part of the day. And then he comes together with a plan that's going to maximize your home both aesthetically and functionally. Why don't you look into some honeycomb shades, okay? We talking about going from a bright, beautiful room to a blackout room instantly. It's also got some sound dampening. So if you're someone who works a graveyard shift, anything like that, KDZ's going to get you right. We get some outdoor exterior covers so you can be out there grilling, chilling in this hot summer like Jake is now. Again, K to Z going to get you right for that. K to Z window coverings, KTOZ blinds.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Oshner.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Wednesday, June 19th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect rainy skies with a high of 91. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll talk some LSU football as well as the latest with the New Orleans Saints. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Oh, man. Maybe we should have looked this up. This would have been good flustering. Daniel Blunt says, do you guys know about the Rotterdam port? They created a landmass and made the whole thing automated. Look it up. They ship like 300 million tons of goods all over Europe, and basically no one works there. Don't love that. Kind of feels like a sign of things to come. I mean, cool from a technological and human advancement standpoint. Uncool that much work could be done and basically involve no humans whatsoever.
I don't love that.
I know exactly. That's what I'm saying. It is kind of like it's like cool and like a sci-fi. Wow, look at what we've achieved. You're terraforming. We're just building land masses now
Again.
But no humans.
We asked if we could. We never asked if we should.
Could you hawk to a robot? Is that our only hope? Taylor, why do you keep walking around saying Hawk 2? You got to explain this to me, Taylor. What's it talking about?
So, I have not walked around and said Hawk 2. That was you.
You do not have to explain this. I'm just kidding.
I will.
I was trying to put you in an uncomfortable position.
I'm good.
A Hawk tour is when.
Skibbity. All right. You know what? Okay. Am I off base here?
What?
You know I hate Boston.
Yeah.
I hate the Celtics, right?
Yes.
I'm starting to feel bad for Jason Tatum a little bit here.
Because he has no aura.
Yes. Okay. Yes. He has no Riz.
None.
Skibbity toilet Riz.
Yeah. For
Jason Tatum, no doubt. But where have we reached as a society when a championship is won and all that takes are both crapping on the loser, talking about Luka and Kyrie, and crapping on the winner.
Yeah.
Talking about Jason Tatum. Can we be happy for anyone, or we just got to crap all over everything?
I think we just crap all over everything.
I mean, again, so yeah, I'm feeling a little bit for Tatum. Is he cheesy? Yes. But also, he's in a weird spot.
Yeah.
They dominated the series.
Yeah.
There was no tension.
You have to manufacture that type of emotion.
You're
Like, you
not.
won
It
in
wasn't a
5
game
games.
6 last second win, a game 7 last second win. It was an at-home game where you won by like 50 points, where you knew you were going to win halfway through the game.
Well, then I think the play there is to just be extremely cocky instead of like being like, whatever he's doing.
I know, but maybe he's
Then like, it was never in question.
But I think,
like,
yeah, okay, I agree with you. That would be maybe the headier, cooler play.
Yeah.
But again, I think Jason Tatum's just being sincere, and I think he's just a bit sincerely cheesy. I just kind of
I don't know
also
about sincere.
how did he not win MVP when he led the team in points, rebounds, and assists? Like, are we overthinking this? I don't care if he had a low field goal percentage.
So it was
Jaylen Brown.
It was Jaylen Brown, and honestly, Jaylen Brown was MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals as well. I also thought they got that wrong. They gave it to Brown, from my understanding, just because like he's the primary defender on that team. He kind of disrupted things on the defensive end, and Tatum's stats weren't a ton better offensively. I would have given it to Jason Tatum. Brown shot bad the last 2 games, and then you had to close it out. Tatum had 31 and 11 in the closeout game. Like, it should have been Jason Tatum.
He became like the 5th player, I believe, to lead their team in points, rebounds, and assists during the finals, and you don't get MVP? I just think we're overthinking everything.
Well, he's turned into one of those players where it's like, oh, well, he's overrated because he's never won a championship. Now that he's won the championship, it's kind of flipped, and people are kind of underrating and kind of discrediting what Jason Tatum's done.
Yeah, now they're crapping all over his championship. I hate how it's being covered.
Yeah, they were like, oh, win a championship, and then you'll be a top 10 player, and then he wins the championship. Oh, Jaylen Brown's better.
I hate how it's being covered. Also, like the Celtics don't win a championship without Jason Tatum, right? Bottom line. Also, disastrous finals for the NBA.
So who won the MVP?
Jaylen Brown.
He was better in the first 2 games without question.
Again,
I
but
would
Jason
honestly
Tatum
say
led the team in points, assists, and rebounds.
We got a bulk of his points in the game that was a blowout. I would say Drew Holiday was, like, watching the series from like a betting perspective. I would say Drew Holiday was the most important player for the Celtics in that series.
I think this entire finals was a bit disastrous from the NBA.
Probably.
It was an unexciting matchup. The Mavericks were a team. Like, how in the hell? What does it say about the Western Conference that the Mavericks emerged? Or is it just that it doesn't say anything because the Celtics are just such an outlier team compared to anybody in the NBA? But remember, this was a Western Conference that was historically good record-wise. Supposed to be. And yet that team ends up running the gauntlet? Doesn't feel that impressive.
I still think the Western Conference was the better of the two.
Well, no doubt they are, obviously. But what I'm saying is, are they not as good as we think, or are the Celtics just an outlier? They're just so much better than anybody else.
Celtics are an outlier. I mean, they've won over 60 games in the regular season. They went 16-3 in the playoffs. They lost 3 games total in the playoffs. Only 1 in the finals against a Mavericks team. And you can say what you want. I don't think the Mavericks were a good enough team to be in the finals. I don't think they were the best.
Stress for the NBA, though. No exciting final games. It's tough. I mean, I like not the big dogs making it, certainly, but in terms of Dallas making it, but it's not that much of a draw, to be fair. Like the NHL now is getting like that looked like it was kind of going down the same route. Now all of a sudden that series absolutely back on. I guess my thoughts are this: are we overthinking the MVP? I hate how it's being covered in that all the coverage is just crapping all over everything. And I wish that and yes, Jason Tatum is cheesy as hell and everything else, but like, let's give the man some credit.
I mean, he went to Duke.
That is true. And his personality is Duke-ish.
Yeah.
100%. He's a Duke bag.
I mean, you can say that he's cheesy and still think he's a good player.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just saying, I just mean, but
the interviews are cheesy.
Oh, undeniably.
Like, period.
And
They
he's straight
are.
up stealing quotes.
Yes.
He tried to do the KG thing.
They're very cringe.
He did the Steph Curry line.
Yeah.
He did the Kanye line.
Okay, so honestly, I saw the attempt at KG. I did not see. What did he do with Curry?
What they going to say now? Famously, Curry said that back in the day with a lot more emotion. Champagne spraying. He tried saying that on the court a lot.
He stole Kanye too.
Yep. Then in the post game, he went on stage and said, keep asking me like,
what would happen if we'd have lost? Guess we'll never
know. Which Kanye used maybe at like the Grammys, I think 1 year. Look, social media is going to make fun of everything. I guess I'm getting more to the national pundits and talking heads where like he wins a championship and the media conversation is like, but like, does he deserve credit? And he led the team in scoring, rebounds, and assists. Like, why are we so negative?
Honestly, that's surprising.
Whatever, screw Boston.
That's surprising they let him points because there was a couple of games, and I guess it was the 31-point effort he had. I think game number...
On the closeout game, he dropped 31.
Game 3, and then he had 31 again, I think, in the closeout game. Yeah.
What you do? We want good closeout performances, right?
I saw a thing yesterday. He's the all-time leading playoff scorer under the age of 27.
Yeah. And we're sitting here talking about he's not that good.
And like, keep in mind, he made it to the finals against the Warriors a couple years ago, and like they were a game away from winning.
They went 6 games, or they go? It didn't go 7, right?
They went 6.
They go 6.
And they were young that year, but like he's done this before.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. Screw Boston.
I knew that was coming. Like, this feels like we're talking way too nice about Boston for
Well,
tea.
but that's what I was saying though. Like, if I'm saying this, then I think that you could, that we've kind of lost the thread a little bit. Who I would love to sit here and crap all over Boston, but yeah, just really unexciting for the NBA as far as the finals goes. And here's to hoping that next year somebody can catch up because, like, where does Boston regress? Who do they lose? Do they still have everybody locked up? Joe Mazzulla's freaking 35.
Yeah, he needs to chill out.
Putting us all to shame.
You want to hear some more NBA news that involves a former Pelican?
Yes, I do.
After just one season, the Detroit Pistons have dismissed coach Monty Williams, who leaves with 5 years and $65+ million left on his deal. New president Trajan Langdon will move to make his own coaching hire.
Pay that man his money.
You are paying this man $65 million to not coach your team?
I mean, they're not paying any of their players.
That's actually 2 former Pelicans.
I was about to say, Trajan Langdon, of course, we just talked about yesterday, leaving the Pelicans finally and kind of getting out from under Griffin's shadow. That's the thing. I'm a bit worried. I mean, I guess it depends. Who was more of the architect of the Pelicans roster in drafting, which I think has been pretty damn solid. Was it Langdon or was it Griffin? Like anything else in life, it's probably a combination of both. But I hope it wasn't, too much Langdon because he's now gone.
Just think about like the differences though in sports. Okay, so Monty Williams, $65 million to not coach anymore. And it will be a story a little bit here, a little bit there. But then you compare that with Jimbo Fisher getting the $70+ million buyout. And like that was like gigantic news. People still make fun of it. They still talk about it.
I think it's a bit of.
But they both got paid $65 and $70 million to go away.
I think it's a bit of in our portion of the country, we pay attention to college football more. I think coming from a school, it feels crazier than like a billionaire's pockets. And I don't think anybody thinks about the Detroit Pistons outside of the Detroit Pistons, which is why it'd be so crazy to be that owner and realize I have to pay all of this money for a team that has been just a constant disappointment and hot. The only Piston I care about is Joe Dumars. Shout out.
From Louisiana. Shout out.
Exactly.
The only Piston I care about is when Coach Moffitt used to be like, Pistons drive. The only Piston I try to avoid is Piston in the wind, because then you end up all wet and all over yourself. Right back at you.
Wait, where is this? Chat, HJ in the chat says, Borrego, talking about JJ Borrego, Pelicans assistant, about to be the Pistons coach. Wouldn't be surprised for Monty to go to Lakers. Yeah, JJ Borrego, so hot right now. He was the only one that got multiple interviews in LA outside of the Dan Hurley thing. And yeah, I didn't think about that with Trajan Langdon now being there. Also, having the Cavs been really hot on Borrego as well. He seems to be one of the names.
Like the old Mavericks player?
Is that
right?
JJ Borrego?
I don't know.
Barea.
JJ Barea. Yeah. Okay, yes. I was about to say, there's something different there. Yeah, never forget, J.J. Barea, key part of that Mavericks final team.
I know.
Him and
Dirk.
Jason Terry. We were looking for Jets. Okay, takeoff, baby. High socks, headband, 6-man, win-and. That's what Jets does.
Didn't you try to be Jason Terry when you played basketball with the headband and socks?
I mean, I wasn't specifically trying to be Jason Terry, but that is absolutely what I wore. Really long shorts, really high socks all the way up to my knee, and a headband. And when I made threes, I'd do this right here. Point the I would do this. I think this was it. You would hold up two threes and kind of tap your head. Yeah, this wasn't here yet.
I wasn't here yet.
It was holding up threes on each hand and then like tapping your head with that. Little fat white kid doing it. Very funny. Very, very funny stuff. They called me the Rizzler. Do y'all follow that family on TikTok? The Boom family. It's Italian people from, it looks like Staten Island. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
I do not.
They just
TikTok.
introduced a new character, the Rizzler.
Don't TikTok, so I would not know.
Well, it's all on. I mean, I get it all through Twitter. You don't have to be on TikTok to get TikTok stuff. It gets.
I promise you, I don't see it. I don't see it on Instagram.
Throughout
I see
the
it on
culture.
Twitter.
I'm saying you don't see any TikToks. I'm not talking about the Boom family. You never see a TikTok make its way to Instagram or Twitter.
I promise you, I really don't.
That's just insane. That's just insane.
I wonder why that is. Like, I wonder why you receive those. But you have like a TikTok account, right?
Yeah, but I don't get on it.
I know, but maybe that's what it is. Maybe it knows you have.
No, it's because people I follow post TikToks.
That's fair too.
Like on Twitter. I don't know. I'm just. It's such a giant part of our culture. I think it's crazy that that doesn't find its way to yours. But we all live in our lone little algorithmic corners where we are told what to enjoy.
Look, I follow just like a lot of European soccer pundits. It's kind of in college football, but mostly, So
you don't see any like
nope,
badass soccer talks.
Mm-mm.
That is another thing that's we worked its way into my Instagram algorithm, are a lot of cool footy tricks, a lot of good soccer freestyle teching, which I used to watch all the time back in high school. I think it was soccerclips.net. You should download videos off of soccerclips.net all the time. I'm not sure if it was a .net.
Soccer.
See, look, Ryan Smith knows about the Boom family. Maybe we'll talk about the Boom family when we get back. More OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Is it even J.J. Barea or is it James Barea? Did I make up J.J. because of J.J. Barea?
I think you did.
All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Go to All-Star Toyota today and find your next vehicle. Maybe it's new. That is the mistake I made. It's James. Yeah. Find your next vehicle there online. Maybe it's a new vehicle, one of them hybrids. You get really great gas mileage. Maybe it's a Toyota certified used vehicle where it's a more affordable price and you still get that excellent warranty coverage. Maybe you're leasing, maybe you're renting, maybe it's Maybelline, but for sure it's Toyota. Okay, All-Star Toyota right there at Airline in Goodwood. Very conveniently located. Go check them out today. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
It's easy, it's breezy, it's beautiful. It's not CoverGirl, it's All-Star Toyota. That's what you can go check out on the website. Buy new, lease your vehicle, or rent your vehicle. Call Miss Lisa Sessions today in the rental department. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
Hey, it's Matt Moscone. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 7.
Join me for a Wednesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. It's a What If Wednesday, and we'll get you caught up on all the action from the College World Series. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hand played a tambourine so well.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes there in that grass. Grandma's hand.
Spencer P says, E-Bombs World. Y'all remember it? I remember E-Bombs World. Y'all probably don't. Alondra and Taylor. Y'all have no idea about E-Bombs World, do you?
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah. Good flash games, funny videos, really like crazy internet videos, like stuff you probably don't want to see.
So I shouldn't look it up like
with this.
On the work computer.
Oh, I already looked it up.
No. I mean, I don't think it's that big of an issue. I think it depends on what you click once you get there. That will determine whether or not it's a big issue.
I put a video of a mariachi band singing Creed in the dock. If you want to hit
that was fantastic. I think we definitely need to.
I do want to hit that real quick, though. Taylor, not story of the day yet. I just saw this article. I did not read it. Is this just a what am I looking for? Is this sensationalist or is it legitimate when it says LSU in danger of losing Keelan Moses?
So Keelan Moses has taken a visit to Texas A&M. He's talked about it recently. I mean, he's still committed to LSU, but I mean, he's says they're giving him plenty to think about. So it is something that we will have to keep an eye on. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, I saw the original and it sucked. I hope the sequel's not as bad.
I mean, the crazy thing to me about this, though, like I wouldn't think twice about this, save for the fact that Keelan Moses has been one of the premier recruiters for this LSU class. I mean, he has been constantly out there trying to get guys to pledge their commitment to LSU, and now he is going to visit A&M?
Well, I mean, the quote right here, he just visited this past weekend, and he says, all I can say is that Texas A&M is definitely hand in hand with LSU for sure in dealing with my recruitment. I'm still committed to LSU. He says Texas A&M has been consistent ever since I committed, and they've been showing me much more care.
Much more care.
Much more money.
So he literally sent a public shot across the LSU staff's bow, saying, "Look, I'm not feeling the love." See, this is what, man. This is what would suck about being a coach, right? Like, bruh, you're already committed. You've been recruiting your ass off, which we love, trying to help build the class. We didn't think we had to worry about you. Like, I only got so many hours in the day.
Yep.
Now I got to fillet you while filleting all these other young teens. Like, I don't have enough time.
You and I were different in our recruiting process. No, we were the same, but we were different than this. I was so tired of answering the phone, talking to coaches,
It's one of the reasons I committed.
I'm just like, can this be over? Now, we didn't have the NIL portion. Maybe that plays a factor. Maybe, no, it does.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely
does. But I was like, by the end of it, I was like, man, I am tired of the answering machine and talking to coaches and getting letters and just going through the process of it, because it just felt like I was wasting someone else's time as well.
You are wasting someone's time, and you're cognizant of, I don't know, man, that's just, wow.
This might be, I don't know
That's
if this is
crazy.
a hot take or not, but like I would rather just not have someone like that on my team, to be honest.
I mean, you got to be you got to be careful with that. You got to be careful with that, right? Because
Then you don't really want to play on my team if you're over here entertaining other, and then sending like you said, a public shot across the bow of the LSU staff.
yeah, I mean, but at a certain point, red flags don't matter if the guy's good enough.
I guess.
If you end up in Dabo territory if you take too strong of a stance in that regard.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to suck these kids until they get here, and then you say game on.
I'm not
okay.
willing.
Now you're here, even though now you kind of got to keep sucking him a little bit because the portal sucking up to.
I'm out on all
is what I
sucking.
mean,
Yeah,
guys.
I don't know about sucking on.
Well, then you'll never be a good coach. Because you got to suck up to these kids constantly if you want to. And then, I guess even now after they get there, you still have
No,
to.
I would
Otherwise,
just
they'll
be
just leave.
so honored that somebody wanted me to come play for them.
I feel like this is
Yeah,
just
but that
Moses.
feels a little different when you got 30 people wanting you to come play for you.
Yeah, but you already committed.
Yeah, I mean, but commitment ain't binding. I'm not.
Your word means nothing to me then.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is you got to be willing to play the game. It's like Jay Johnson says.
For sure,
I don't
agree.
like the rules, but I'll do whatever I can within the rules.
100% play the game, but like you said, where do you draw the line?
Otherwise, you're going to end up like Dabo. He drew a line.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem to be working for him.
I think this is just Keelan Moses taking his visits. He's been pretty locked in at LSU. Now, crazier things has happened, and
Yeah, but he's obviously upset about something. If he's going to drop that line about they've done me a better job of showing me the love.
Well, Tiger Backwoods in the chat made a good point. Why would the school you're committed to wine and dine you as much as the school that's trying to flip you?
No,
I
that's
feel
what
like
I'm
that would
saying.
happen all the time.
That's why I would hate. That's why I would hate being a coach. You felt like Keelan Moses was as locked in as any recruit that you could possibly have with everything he said, everything he's done helping to recruit others to the cause. And now you wake up and you see this headlines, and you probably got the head coach being like, bro, what's going on here? When's the last time you talked to him?
Well, to your
Get
point,
on your
like,
knees.
The commitment's not binding. Like it's like that couple in high school. It's like the guy got the girl a promise ring, and you're like, yeah, there's still a high chance they break up. Like it ain't an engagement ring; it's that promise ring.
Yeah, it is a promise ring.
Yeah, but if I got a promise ring and that he was over here like dating other girls, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the promise ring's not nothing.
It's a promise.
Not nothing. But how bad do you want him?
Not bad enough.
Well, then I don't know if you'd be a good coach then.
Yeah, that's fine.
Man, but also, like, I do agree with you, T-Bob. Like, you can't go full Dabo, but you also have to have a backbone. You have to.
Yeah, that's true.
You do have
that's
to
fair.
say, like, hey, that's fine that they're doing that for you, but hey, we're LSU, right? This is what we're all about. We're not Texas 8-4, right? We've won a national championship since 1939. They have not. Like, if you want to go do that, that's fine. We love you here. We want you here.
Well,
but if you want to go do those things.
You're talking about doing a little negging, a little big dogging. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it.
We got a Weeks brother somewhere that will play linebacker here.
We got Threeks up in the house.
I like that.
Brian Kelly did draw that line, though. And I think he drew it pretty well.
Yeah, that's true. In terms of in terms of the D-line drama and everything and the financial line, yes. Yeah, but still, you can't. I mean, Keelan Moses is a pretty big symbolic recruit in terms of showing that LSU has grown and beat, everything that happened with Dylan Moses to lose him to A&M, whatever. A lot of times in recruiting, the symbolism matters more than the actual player.
For what it's worth, if you open up that article, T-Bob, Dylan Moses is going to Oregon this upcoming weekend.
Wait,
what?
Dylan Moses?
I'm sorry, Keelan Moses.
Oh, I was like, what are we talking about?
He's visiting Oregon this upcoming weekend. So he just
Don't love that either.
He just went to A&M. Now he's going to
Oregon will be about as tempting of a pitch as you could possibly have, especially if you're someone who wants to get out of town where you grew up in. Which, again, I don't fault anybody for.
Look, I've told y'all this story before, but I silently committed to LSU, like very late in the process, waited on that offer, got that offer. It's like, hey, yeah, coach, I'm coming. Talking to Coach Saban, I'm like, I'm coming. I was like, I had a visit lined up that weekend coming up. It was to go to Miami.
Yeah.
Brock Berlin, one of my high school quarterbacks, was the quarterback at Miami. It was number 2 in my recruiting. Coach Coker and just the whole staff, they were really good. They home visit. So I was going there to Miami to see what it was all about. I wasn't ever going to Miami, but still, like, I'm going to take the trip. And I didn't really take a lot of trips. And I just remember talking to Coach Saban. He's like, look, you can do what you want to do. But I'm just telling you, we offered you kind of in this process. And if you go to Miami, I'm just not sure that offer is going to be there when you get back.
Yeah. Straight up.
And look, I was the bottom of the recruiting class. And so for me, Louisiana guy, right, growing up loving LSU, like I knew, okay, this offer and I've committed to it. Like, I don't know if he's serious or not. I ain't taking those chances.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, all right, I called, Miami. Hey, I ain't coming. I ain't going to be there. Sorry. I've committed to LSU silently, and now I'm going to make it public.
And to be clear, look, you only go through recruiting once. I'm just coming at this from like a pure fan perspective. Like, as an actual adult, like, yeah, bro, go take your visits. Go do your thing. Go see what's out there. But this would be a bit, if I was on Kelly's staff, I'd feel like, okay, guys, we can't allow this to happen here. Man, look at that, guys. Found our way to some sports talk. Sports. We're in the last hour of the show.
First hour pretty well, too.
I mean, what does Croatia do?
I know, for sure.
Score a goal.
Sounds like somebody who has a little money on the game.
No, I just got money on player props. Like,
well,
shots
isn't
on
this
goal.
where you're supposed to bet? Bet draw right now, 72nd minute, Croatia down 1-0.
About 5 more minutes.
Okay.
About 5.
Let those odds get a little more juicy here.
I wish I would have done it in Portugal yesterday. I was actually, what was I doing? I was doing something, and the system was literally staring me in the face for Portugal to go get a late winner. I didn't. They get it. You got to stay true to the system.
Oh, weak strike, Albania.
I hit a good one this weekend. I had Gervonta Davis by KO through the 7th or 12th round.
And he did
and
knock
both,
him
yeah.
out.
Oh, it was nasty.
That's why y'all should listen to Bad Corner Advice. That's also why you should join Alondra at the Texas Club.
Yeah.
This Friday night for the Rockstar Search. So 104.5 ESPN is going to be out of the Texas Club this Friday. And we got a battle of the Louisiana bands presented by Parrish Construction and Roofing.
T-Bob, you're right. Got tied up.
Dang.
I told you, system play.
You did.
Right
but
there.
Let's get back to Alondra rocking it out at the Texas Club, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, so look, they've chosen 5 incredible bands throughout the state to battle it out for a chance to open the Kenny Wayne Shepherd's July 13th show at the Raising Cane's River Center. Doors open at 7 this Friday. First band will go on at 8. Tickets are just $20 at the door. For tickets and other information, you can visit texasclub.com. And yeah, how about our girl Alondra? You can catch her on Eagle 98.1. We're going to be emceeing the event this Friday night. So go holler at her. Go support her at the Texas Club.
It'll be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for it. And like I said yesterday, if you want to be on Eagle's guest list, you can sign up at eagle981.com.
How do we determine the winner of the Battle of the Bands?
There's a criteria. I'm not 100. I haven't seen the Rubik yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think crowd engagement's one of them. Stage presence, musicality, and I forgot what else.
I mean, are you going to get the crowd ready to go? I got faith in you.
I'm gonna get them ready to go.
Okay.
I'm a lot more comfortable in my emceeing now than I used to be.
And plus, the Texas Club's like your spot.
Yeah.
Do you get to choose the winner?
No, so there's 4 judges, and the
Okay.
4 judges is Michelle Southern, Matt Moscona is one of them, Jimmy Brooks from 100.7 The Tiger, and then Cade Wazan with Talk 107. All the program directors.
If bands and fans of bands, if you Venmo me money, I'll make sure that your band gets chosen to win.
I will as well. I will as well. I know all 4 of the people that she just laid out. I know the MC as well.
Yeah.
How much was it to go to Tokyo? I need
$1,481 per ticket.
I need $5,200 if you want your band to win.
Yeah.
Win. So that's this Friday. Going down to the Texas Club. Shout out.
Gonna be super fun.
Battle of the Bands.
I've judged a Battle of the Bands before, and Battle of the Bands are actually a lot more fun than I thought they were gonna be. I did one at Fred's in Tigerland.
My favorite thing that I've ever judged, I've judged a lot of eating competitions. I've had some really good crawfish ones, but I think I went to a spaghetti competition in somewhere. I don't even remember where at this point, and it was awesome.
That sounds messy.
I've got a system where I eat through every sample once, and I give it an original score, but I'm always worried about, okay, am I hungry at first, and am I going to like the first ones more? And then I go back and I do a second pass, give another score, and then I kind of judge them against each other. So, yeah. Again, oh, wow, look at that. Should have bet Croatia to win. Told you.
77th minute coming up. Actually, it is the 77th technically because once you get into.
Yeah. It's like how the 19th century is the 1800s.
Ooh, I wonder what those odds were.
You had it, bro.
I know. I'm busy working. I'm working.
All right, when we get back, more work.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Pinnacle Exterior Construction. You need a pool? PECbuilt.com. You need a pergola? You need an outdoor kitchen? Outdoor living area? You need any size, type of fence? You need bulkheads? You need turf? You need anything outside? You need Pinnacle Exterior Construction. What if you need your pool cleaned? Get ready for summer. Well, guess what? They can come out there, get you right, but also they offer year-round maintenance plans. It's all at PECbuilt.com. Oh, the own goal. Watch this. Oh, that's brutal. Oh,
bud.
Ping pong.
Ping pong. Well, you know, if you want to kick soccer balls off your brand new outdoor turf that you get installed by Pinnacle, you can certainly do that. Our putting green, somewhere to work out. I mean, these turf spaces, you don't have to worry about the weather. Even if it rains, it is going to be something you can go out there and enjoy. PECbuilt.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Elevate brand visibility, ignite customer engagement with the power of radio and digital advertising combined. Guarantee Digital Media brings the two together as a trusted media partner in Louisiana for nearly a century. Claim your free digital audit at guaranteemedia.com.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's AFR, presented by Pluckers. MLB Draft Combine going on. We'll tell you how the Tigers are doing. Plus, it's a Whiskey Wednesday, Pluckers Trivia. Lots to do. Join us, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all?
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you. Just the
two of us. Oh, Mike and Molly. Heck yeah.
I didn't realize that show wasn't canceled.
It is. It said Mike and Molly Weekends. It's some channel. I think it's TV Land.
Yeah, it plays reruns.
We've
on the
now
weekend.
reached the point where TV Land is showing Mike and Molly.
Wow.
Don't know that I love that.
What shows on Nick at Night did y'all watch
Full House.
growing up?
Full House on Nick at Night.
Cosby Show.
Yeah, Cosby Show was on it.
Okay.
Three's Company.
Three's Company
For
was
me.
out there. Was Wings
I
on Nick at
love
Night? Like late
Three's
Nick at
Company.
Night?
Wings was great.
Cheers.
For me, it was like Dick Van Dyke Show,
Friends.
Get Smart, Dobie Gillis.
No, that was all before me.
I feel like I'm missing one. Welcome Back, Kotter was on there.
Welcome Back, Cotter's
We had
great.
Cheers
Young
on Nick at Night.
Travolta.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I don't remember liking Cheers at all growing up. Because can you appreciate Cheers as a kid?
I remember my parents watching it and me walking in and thinking like some of the stuff was funny, but no,
Okay.
probably.
I should actually. I want to watch a couple episodes. I mean, or whatever. When am I going? I'm not going to. But kind of I like the idea of watching a couple episodes of Cheers and seeing what it was like. Right. I mean, I love the idea of your kind of your home base bar where you go consistently. I unfortunately don't know that I have one now. Actually, it'd be Don Juan for me. That would be my Cheers bar here in Baton Rouge, especially the community that we built through Whiskey and Wine. But yeah, New Orleans was probably Bayou Beer Garden. It's one of the great feelings to have that place where you know you can just kind of go be yourself.
I've been to the real Cheers.
It's in Boston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister went.
I love an
It's in
old sitcom.
Saskatchewan. Filmed it in Canada for the tax breaks.
Oh, is that right?
Well,
Yeah.
No, it's in Boston.
Like I love Cheers. Frasier's really good. Whenever
Yeah,
people
good
ask
one.
me, I'm like, have you ever seen ask me what I do? I'm like, have you ever seen Frasier?
I've never seen Frasier. What does Frasier do?
Frasier's good.
He's a
Frasier,
radio
it's
therapist.
a spin-off, yeah.
I know it's a spin-off of Cheers,
Yeah.
but what is he's like a radio
Yeah.
therapist,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. And Roz is his producer, and they're like, when people ask me, I'm like, have you seen
So you're
Frasier?
like
I'm Roz.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, that's cool. I'm sure that plays really well with your fellow 20-year-olds. Like, what are you talking about right now?
20-year-olds don't understand me.
Frazier, Frazier. Well, I just meant in your 20s, not 20-year-olds. That's bad language by me. I meant other.
No, people in their
humans in
yeah,
their 20s.
yes, 100%. All my friends are not in their 20s.
Fair.
They're like in their 30s.
Just the two of us.
Yes, George Lopez was on Nick at Night, and that was like, I love
good
George
show.
Lopez. Yeah.
Oh, y'all are
Do you remember
farther behind me? I watched Nick at Night though at a very young age. Like when I stayed at my grandma's house, like me and my older brother, like we were in sleeping bags, like in the living room watching Get Smart on Nick at Night.
Do you remember Lopez Tonight? His talk show
Yeah,
that
he had a
on
talk
TBS.
show, yeah.
Yeah, he had like a late night talk show on TBS.
Not even remotely.
It was more like kid generated. Like he had the cast of A-Team up there. So we had Liam Neeson, Bradley Cooper, those guys up there, and they did like a paintball shooting competition like on the show. It was like, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was more kid generated, but it wasn't a bad show.
Yeah, The Nanny was great.
Once Adult Swim came out, I don't think I ever saw Nick at Night again. Watching Adult Swim on Cartoon Network was the best. You get a little anime, a little Family Guy after it had been canceled. Little, what else would have been in the, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, absolutely fantastic show. Tom Goes to the Mayor. I believe
Space Goes Coast to Coast.
Space Goes Coast to
Was on there
Coast.
too, right?
Tim and Eric show. God, so many good Adult Swim shows. Children's Hospital was a later one. It was very funny with Rob Corddry. Some real experimental, crazy stuff going on in the Adult Swimmerverse.
Good call on Will and Grace too. Laundry in the chat.
Yes.
Great show. Great show.
I love a sitcom.
More like
I really
Willie.
do.
What?
I love a sitcom. Like,
Yeah.
I love them.
Good laugh
You have
track.
a sitcom right now that you love.
Not that I'm watching right now, no, because I'm House of Dragons.
What is the best sitcom out now?
Now? I don't know about now. It used to be Modern Family.
Yeah, Modern Family was great. I
But-
watched a few seasons of that back in the day.
Yeah, I don't know about now. Mom
is
is pretty funny. I don't know if that's still out, but
I'm just wondering, is there like a sitcom or is streaming
not that
ruined?
I can think of.
I mean, I know Netflix and them try to do sitcom-like shows, but they never have the cultural cachet that these old school sitcoms do.
All right, so I looked it up. Current sitcoms. It's got.
See one about a bunch of ghosts
Sitcom tier list?
hanging out.
Well,
Oh,
we've-
yeah, that'd be good.
Oh,
That'd be
that's
a really good
sitcom.
idea.
Just not just shows. That would actually.
Yeah.
I think we've done something similar.
We did HBO shows last
We've done
summer.
that, but I think because our S tier was like Martin and
Are you-
Friends and Seinfeld.
I'm trying to remember. I
The
remember
Connor
I just
is the
vaguely
Connor
remember
still
talking
on?
about Martin.
Abbott Elementary, Superstore, Ghost. I know is a popular one. Not a lot.
I don't know. The only reason I have any idea of what you're talking about is from watching sports and seeing commercials.
Yeah, same.
I have no idea. Abbott Elementary, I know people really like, apparently.
Abbott Elementary, yeah.
Young Sheldon still going on.
So I
Young
think it's
Sheldon
over.
is still going on?
I think this was the last season of it, but I never watched it.
Against all odds, dude. Big Bang Theory cracks me up. It's like not good, but kind of good, but people are obsessed with it. But I guess that's a sitcom.
That is my one, like, I guess, like, super out there thing is, like, I don't think that Big Bang Theory is funny at all.
What do you mean? They're like really smart.
I don't think it's funny.
But they're like
I had
nerds that are
That's why
really
he
smart
doesn't.
and like
Maybe
have like
that's
a
it.
hot
Maybe I'm not
neighbor.
smart enough
I
to
had
grasp
a
the
Big
concept.
Bang
hilarious.
Theory like little run.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the totality
I
of
like
it.
Big
but
Bang
I had a
Theory.
run.
Yeah, I mean, look, I used to clown my roommate because he'd lock himself in his room and play StarCraft and watch Big Bang Theory all day. But then I watched a couple episodes with him. I'm like, okay, I get
Kind
it.
of funny, yeah. Two Broke Girls used to be funny too.
Two Broke Girls.
People
was
love
funny.
Two Broke Girls.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
funny.
Great show.
Last Man
Kat
Standing
Dennings.
still going on?
Is it?
I think it might be. Taylor, that feels like something you'd like.
Oh, was that the Tim Allen show?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still on.
No,
I've
that's
seen
Home
it though.
Improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both Tim Allen. That's good connection there, T-Bob.
You ever seen the Tim Allen mugshot?
Yeah.
It's a babe.
Drug
facial
trafficking?
hair.
Yeah, so he got
Have y'all
caught
seen
flying cocaine
JT's?
into the country.
Did y'all see JT's mugshot?
No.
Oh my god, he looks zooted. in
I
it.
saw somebody say he looks like he's about to cry me a river.
He looks so gone. He looks like he was tweaking.
All right. When we get back, let's close out the show with a little Ask the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
CentralPlumbing.org. CentralPlumbing.org. 925-8552 is the number. CentralPlumbing.org is the website. And Central Plumbing is the answer any plumbing problems that you have. 24/7 emergency service, flat rate pricing, licensed bond insured employees, great warranty once the work is done. And it's not just repairs. Okay, guys? You want a great gift idea for wifey, for hubby, for whoever he's into bathroomies? Go ahead and get Central Plumbing to do that bathroom remodel. CentralPlumbing.org.
If they can make it through the sloppy Joe gate of 2024, they can make it through anything. 225-925-8552, 24/7 emergency service also means 365. So no matter weekend, holiday, big game day, they've got you covered. Also, check out the upgrade game as well, centralplumbing.org.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Value Ford has $10,000 off F-150, $10,000 off the new 2024 Ford F-150, and all new Value Ford vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Value Ford is going to do right by you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for
for the Wednesday edition of Live at Lunch, live at Roca Pizzeria on Government Street in Mid-City. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Wednesday, Roca Pizzeria. Live at Lunch, live at Roca, 104.5 ESPN.
Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yeah, I feel 90 sometimes. Or just I feel like, yeah, you like, I don't know, I feel like when you're a dad, you just start falling asleep during movies. It's just what happens eventually. Listen here, love. I'm trying to think about how Billy Butcher sounds. Agatemp Baton Rouge, AgaTempBR.com. Oh, well, that's a right shiny piece of never mind. AgaTempBR.com, Agatemp of Baton Rouge. All your AC, really hard to do a butcher without cursing, to be fair. All your AC, heat, and electrical needs, you want to go to Accutemp, okay? You get that service to the highest degree. They get you right for storm season. Maybe even looking into a whole home generator. Well, check it out. They'll come out to your home, give a free professional estimate, let you know exactly what it takes to get it done, and then you protect yourself and your family during storm season. Active Baton Rouge.
That sounded more like Handsome Rob from Italian Job. Not bad. ActiveBR.com is the website. Schedule your appointment. Top right corner of the website, ActiveBR.com.